Well. Look who it is. It's the garden. I'm sorry, I'm ridiculous. Hi, everybody. I was just feeling really celebratory of you guys today. Thank you for the dancing on Twitch. You guys are great. So anyways, yeah. Thank you for coming. Welcome in, everybody. How you doing? Good to see you. We are going to talk about Star Citizen today, and then we're going to play Elite Dangerous. So, a little different than normal, but Star Citizen Live came out yesterday, and it's...
This is for you.
Mrs. Tomato has found my old trophies.
This is for you.
From middle school and high school. Thank you.
Cool.
Look at how dumb I looked. My stupid little head. I played a lot of soccer as a kid. Just gonna, you can bring them all in here? We're just gonna put the whole trophies collections going in here. Honestly, I had nice hamstrings back then. Here you go. Welcome in, everybody, to your favorite Friday. The second Friday of the month, is it? Or is it the first Friday? Last week was March 1st, right? No, it's the first Friday of the month. Welcome to the first Friday of the month. Wow, howdy doody. For those of you who don't normally come to these streams, if you showed up for Elite Dangerous, this is generally how I start. It's pretty all over the place. I like to say hi to everybody, like to have a little bit of a moment. I also got some incredibly bad news this morning. I'm not going to get into it right now because I don't want to derail this stream. We can talk about it maybe at a later time. So little here and there at the moment. So sorry about the slow start, but thank you everybody for coming in. Hope you're having a lovely start to your weekend. We got a sub in chat. Mr. Drazen subscribed with the Prime. 51 months, dude. 51 months Drazen been here. You guys, anybody watch the podcast episodes from when the podcast very first started? Me and Drazen sat down for a very long talk about E3. And it's like, and this is not on Drazen now, but it's the least watched episodes of the podcast ever because we weren't talking about Star Citizen. And it's this dude's been around the block. Yeah, rest in peace E3. We're sorry to see it. For some people, definitely not for you. What, a good Friday? Oh, I hope that's not what that means. I hope you're having a good Friday, man. Thaki, by the way, thank you for coming in. I saw Maverick in here, as always, getting started quite bright and early. Anunzi, I also saw in here. Good to see you. Core Phoenix. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Rift, my friend Vasson, welcome in. Zero, thank you Notification Gang for being here. And Zenrin, Brigadier, Akira Kun, Unbeckable, Holston Coop. Holston Coop did a membership. Hold up. 51 months on the membership from Holston Coop, bro. Dude. Drazen and Holston Coop holding it down for 50 plus months. That's crazy. Sup, Jose? How you doing? Raviticus. Good to see you. Wopsturk, Simon. Welcome in. Did not know you streamed Fridays. Yeah, every Friday. Gumbo. 07s, man. Welcome in. Like how your headset matches your whiteboard. Whoa. Is the camera freaking tracking me? Dude. Stop this. Turn this off. Okay, we got our camera figured out, guys. I think that turns it off. Yeah. We all finally got our camera. I'm not using my freaking phone anymore. Now it can sit in my pocket where it's supposed to be with a crappy resolution. And you guys can get a much better view. And you can see all the little pimples on my face now. Short sentence, how is ST at the moment? You know what? I'm looking for a little cheering up. Not gonna lie, guys. Trying to have a good, nice, fun stream today. And enjoy the day a little bit. Why don't we get into things? So Star Citizen is well known for its lack of vehicles. And they don't really talk too much about vehicles or ships too often. In fact, we generally don't get to see them until they're already in the game. You know, it's just, it's almost like a ghost topic. And so occasionally we'll just get these incredibly convenient drops of information about vehicles and ships. And it's eye-opening. And today we've got one of those. We've got an hour talk on Star Citizen Live with the vehicle concept team, where we will be talking about the various elements that go into their work, including career paths, inspiration, challenges, and more. So this is going to be a talk to the devs. It's not just going to be a development kind of thing. I know some people aren't as interested in not information stuff, so I'm going to give you that fair warning here. But if you're into learning more about how Star Citizen is made, usually there's some pretty good anecdotes and stuff in here. So we're going to give it a listen. I'm going to try not to interrupt too much, but you know how I am. We'll pull up references and get distracted and off track, and we'll chat and all that stuff. Thank you for joining me. Welcome, Tyrus. Good to see you, dude. Hey, glad you're liking the podcast, Flynn. Haven't played ED since the mid-2010s, pretty much since you got into SC. Neither have I. So for everybody who's coming for the Elite Dangerous gameplay, we'll be doing that after this, about an hour and a half, I would imagine. I will be jumping into Elite Dangerous for probably 1.5, 2 hours. I do have a little bit of experience back in 2016 and 2017, so I know kind of how the game works, but at this point, I feel like I'm jumping into a new game with only like 50 hours of experience. So hope you enjoy that when we get to it. But let's talk about Star Citizen Live. Vehicles and concepts. By the way, remember we have an ongoing giveaway for the Super Hornet Mark II. If you guys want to get in on it, just like our regular giveaways, whenever we reach our goals, down there, we like to try and start a new one, give back to you guys if there's not one ongoing. Anyways, get into that exclamation point giveaway to make it come up. This is not the Streamathon. Streamathon's coming in a couple weeks. We'll let you guys know well in advance of that. Also, I'm sorry, I keep getting real distracted here. If you want to have a part in the Streamathon and pick the weird things that happen, you can. Mrs. Tomato does polls on the Discord and gets all that kind of information. So jump in the Discord if you want to be involved in that. Let's get into it. Let me make sure this volume is going to be good for you guys.
Welcome. It's a beautiful day in my neighborhood. I'm wearing my Mr. Rogers sweater. I guess I discovered the other day that my recent spat of buying fruit-colored hoodies matched Mr. Rogers' closet of fruit-colored sweaters, and I did not do that intentionally, but I'm like, all right, you know. Hi, everybody.
I feel like most colors are fruit colors, huh? Goswell, thank you so much for the 5 memberships, my friend. Making the goals happen, making the dream happen. Man.
Now with the new show cadence, where we take CIG developers and we invite them in and we make them talk about stuff, and that's the show. It's been a few weeks since I've done one of these, and I probably should have prepared more. Joining us on the show this week are esteemed members of our CIG, esteemed members and Sam, of our
Damn, bro.
of our CIG vehicle concept team. We've got Alberto, Laith, Jacob, and Sam. Guys, how you doing?
Is that the bride gremlin on his desk?
Welcome to the show. For some of you, this is your first time here in the spaceship. What do you think? It's pretty good.
Lovely. It's pretty cool. Some of the people landing here on the station are not doing a very good job. But
no, they're really bad. That green connie sucked. There was someone flying around without a spacesuit. So
honestly, animators, what you guys doing?
Errors.
That was a dead person.
There's a lot of...
We got to get hybrid V audio in there to tell them how to make sure their landings look good in the video.
Perfect.
It's harsh. You are members of the CIG concept team. You just work on vehicles. Today we're talking about vehicles and stuff like this. Alberto and Sam, we've met you last year. We did a thing with the weapon content team, and we included you there because all those weapons start from a concept, and you work with that. But today we're talking specifically about vehicle concepts. So Alberto, Laith, Sam, Jacob, we usually spend a couple minutes and go around and tell everybody who you are and what you do. But I already told everybody what you do. And I've already said all your names. So, and we have a shorter show. We have a shorter show than normal. We probably won't be going the full hour this week. So I just want to start off with a global question for everybody. What does a concept artist do? How do you explain
That's a
this?
really good question.
How do you
I'd love
explain
to
this?
answer myself.
You're at dinner with your mom's friend, and she's like, "Oh, what do you do?" How do you explain it? What does a concept artist do?
I draw spaceships for video games.
So I was thinking, you make cool
That's
spaceships.
a concept artist for
Like
video
art.
games for spaceships, but a concept artist is broader than that.
I'll say
Talk to me about the
Okay.
position.
I don't actually know what the official answer to this would be, but from what we've seen in the development, it basically seems like the concept artist is just the person that gets the idea in front of the people who make the idea. And like these guys are the ones who basically use the imagination part and make it spur something in the engineers and designers.
Position itself. What does a concept artist do?
I'd say translate the words to visuals.
All right, that's a good answer.
Visual, yeah.
Okay, Sam gets 2 points. What else you got?
I would say in addition to that, problem solving for sure. Because usually those visuals aren't correct right away. Like there's a lot of problems to solve, especially with Star Citizen, where, you know, components, metrics, stuff like that.
All right, so like unlike in other projects with Star Citizen, you have to work to very specific rules. A door has to be as big as a door needs to be.
Yeah.
Whoever concepted the Millennium Falcon way back when didn't have to worry about the inside fitting inside the outside. You certainly do. It's like this, all right? You get 2 points. What else? What is a concept
Yeah,
artist?
somebody just put in like 18 entries for the Super Hornet.
Result of it, the one that explored.
Sorry, he said important things.
That's all right. You get 2 points. What else? What is a concept artist?
I would say that is that figure between the ideation of a product and the final result of it, the one that explored all the different ways something might go and decide we'll do this because and can tell you why it did those choices.
Okay. You want another shot at it, Laith?
I think we're the most important people in the pipeline. Yeah.
I agree.
Of course.
And why is that?
We make the things that go in. So without us, all the things that go look pretty naff. So.
It's true.
Are you saying that you've never made anything that was naff?
No, most things I make are. Yeah.
What is NAF?
It's like bad.
Never heard that term before. Is that like a British slang term?
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
It's good.
You learn something
Not as good
every
as
day.
sloshed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a new
We have
one for
an
me.
international coalition of concept artists here today.
They outnumber me.
So, all right. So concept artists. I really like Sam's. Between the four, Sam's answer was the best. So I'm gonna give it 2 more extra points.
Thank you.
It's taking the words, taking the ideas of somebody else, of a designer,
Yeah.
for instance, and giving them form, giving them shape, giving them color, giving them personality. It's finding out if this idea is actually viable, can actually exist. It's literally taking thought and bringing it into reality. And that's why I'm your PR person. All right. So, what's your training like? Like, how do you become a concept artist? Is this just you
Start by
did grade
sketching
school art,
bananas.
realized you were good, and just continued on into adulthood? Is there specific training? What are your stories?
I just walked into the office and they haven't got rid of me.
That's not remotely true, Leif. I already know that's not
Might be
true.
true. Looking at your work, so.
I got something for that.
So how do you become a concept artist?
I was self-taught.
Yeah, same.
I always liked to draw, and then I want to draw properly. Got into the loop, learned what concept art was, and just liked it. And started studying it by myself.
Okay, so no formal official training, just nose to the grindstone, work.
Yeah.
Explains a lot.
Okay,
Alberto has a PhD in concept art.
Yes.
you have a PhD in something.
A PhD? No, not really. Graduated in product design. I started working in the product design and transportation design industry in a pretty famous car design company manufacturer in Italy. I understood that it wasn't for me, really.
Spaceships are
Nothing
cooler than
particular, it was
cars.
just too real. And I really liked the virtual world a little more. So I did a master in concept art, still in Italy.
You could do a master in
Did
concept
some
art.
indie work in Germany, moved here in production, became concept artist, became senior and lead.
They actually had a university program that you can master in for concept art?
No, it was a private academy.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it was a very small course. The best thing it did was really introducing me to the people in the industry and motivating each other. The industry in Italy is not very big, so moving out was almost mandatory.
Yeah, I get you. How about you, Jacob? Stop looking at the screen. You're still looking for the imperfections in Dave's work.
Yeah.
Focus on the show, Jacob.
Bad landings.
I'm self-taught as well, mostly because concept art, I would say, is a bit more of a niche job, at least for now. So where I'm from, Germany, there is not really any, at least not any good schools that have concept design courses.
Shout out to his
around the
hometown.
world. There's some very good ones. Usually they're quite expensive though.
Are you just slagging off every concept artist that went through school in Germany right now?
No, I'm not saying they are bad, but I'm saying the schools are not as good as the ones in other countries.
Are
I
they
think.
bad?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
well, self-taught, was working freelance for a while. And yeah, at some point, joined Star Citizen, and it's been very nice so far.
And the actual story, Laith.
I have a degree in games art and design, which I call a gaming license. And I got that like 6 years ago now. And I worked at Frontier for a bit. So I actually worked on Elite Dangerous for a bit. Sorry, I apologize.
That's topical.
I don't know what people think.
Apologize.
It's not my fault. It's not my
Fun
fault.
fact, Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen were pretty closely intertwined during their Kickstarter phases. Like, there was some cross-promotion going on there. I don't know if it was official or if there was a deal or anything, but there were definitely shout-outs back and forth. Most people who play, that I've met who play Star Citizen and have played Elite Dangerous, like both. I don't know about it from the other direction. I don't spend much time in the Elite Dangerous community, but I know that for a while there was like this weird fake animosity between the communities that I'm not sure if that still happens, but space games are space games, folks. Just enjoy freaking space, you know?
Cost us millions.
The accident.
in
All
potential
space,
revenue.
all space games are beautiful.
Yeah.
They're all the same. I'll definitely say that.
Didn't they do a Lego build
I
last
wasn't
year?
gonna say
No,
that.
that was with the makers of Eve. I don't remember who that is.
Those of Cloud Imperium Games, Frontier, or anybody else.
They don't represent me very well, to be honest with you.
7 minutes.
I'm learning that.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I'm learning that.
Yeah, I was at Frontier, but the work they were giving me was not very
CCP.
exciting. So, because I was on F1 Manager as well, and if you're thinking, what on earth do you design in a Formula One management video game?
I mean,
It's a great question. I also didn't know what the hell I was doing. So, and then I messaged this guy, and he was like, "Yeah, okay, we'll
All
let
right.
you in."
now, and that's funny because now Elite Dangerous is making more ships, and I imagine needs more concept art for ships. So, like,
Started to touch on this topic now, your journey towards to CIG here.
Yeah.
So, but self-taught or not, CIG probably was CIG your first job in the industry? No. So talk to me about your journeys. Where did we know, Alberto? You worked for an Italian car company. Were there other video game stops along the way?
The guys in Egosoft.
Okay.
So
Nice.
I worked on a DLC for X4, 2 DLCs for X4 Foundation.
dude.
Splint Vendetta and the Terran one, I forgot the name of, sorry.
Okay.
And it was an indie experience, a very ambitious game for a lot of things compatible with Star Citizen because it's a space game, space exploration, there is first person, there is interior of ships. So a lot of overlapping, a huge difference in budget.
Yep.
So there were different problems. At the time I was both concept artist and production artist. We had a lot of limits in terms of how many materials we could use, how many polygons we could use, limits that we don't have here because we use different tools.
We just
But yeah, at the time they were
Just
17.
freak the f- out
we
with
grew
them.
up a lot. I'm still in contact with them. They are really lovely.
How about you, Sam?
I worked before in freelance too. I had a couple of freelance gigs when I was learning, still learning, and got the skill to work on this. And then a couple months later, I messaged Alberto, and he had the kindness to give me feedback on personal project that I was doing. And yeah, we started talking more. And one day he asked me if he would like to work. I would like to work with.
Oh, it's your fault.
Yeah.
So you weren't just saddled with him, you actually invited.
Actually, he asked first.
Yeah. I asked because I didn't know the difference between a vehicle artist and a vehicle concept artist. And I asked him, listen, if I apply for vehicle artist, I'll do concept. And he said, no, because that's not a concept artist. And yes.
Sam's a special one. We love Sam.
He's still not showing the difference.
All right, Jacob.
So about 4.5 years ago when I was 20, my first job after graduating from high school doing my final exams was on a Hollywood production for Sony Pictures Entertainment, which was pretty terrifying, but also pretty exciting. And I did a spaceship for a movie called 65, starring Adam Driver, which I don't think it's a good movie at all, but it was fun to work on. Yeah.
Time to go find it. 65 with Adam Driver. Oh, I've seen the pictures for this. Got a trailer. Can you find his spaceship?
Alien out there.
Oh, Sam Raimi. Raimi or Raimi? I never know.
Charter 373. This is Commander Mills. My ship was hit by an undocumented asteroid.
Is that it? Is that a spaceship? Is that it?
This is Commander Mills. My ship was hit by an undocumented asteroid.
Now, if you ever go see 65, you can point at this and be like, this might be a Star Citizen artist spaceship. Any more shots of the spaceship? That's all we care about. Spaceship shots. Hey, look at that. But he probably did the concept art for it, right? We can't even see what it really looks like in this, but that's cool. That's pretty solid. Who cares if it's a bad movie, dude? Get yours, man. That's a big accomplishment. All these guys seem to have been doing really good work in their fields, at least, work to be proud of. Good for them.
Yeah.
I didn't know you worked on this.
Yeah, I did the spaceship that crashes at the start.
Oh, well, there we
I
go.
saw the movie though.
Right.
I've seen it. Torsten Lyman came over, and Rich Towler and Yogi and Torsten and I went out and saw. No, not Torsten. It was Yogi who came over, and Rich Towler and Yogi and Dave Coulson and I went and saw it.
Oh, sure.
It's not good.
No, it really.
Wait, when did this come out? Dave Coulson. Hold on, 65 Adam Driver. I thought Dave Coulson left. When did this, 2023? I guess this would have been, I think he left after that.
Anyways, after that I did a bunch of freelance jobs
Wait,
for...
okay, now I need to check, because I'm curious. If David Coulson is actually still at CIG, that'd be kind of a big deal. Hey, game programmer and designer currently working at Cloud Imperium. What? No, wait. This says Climax Studios. Yeah, okay. So yeah, he left. He left a little while ago and went to a place called Climax Studios. I guess his website's just not updated.
Variety of projects. Some stuff for...
For reference, David Coulson was working on the flight model after John Pritchett left. Coulson kind of stepped into that lead role, and then after he left, Yogi took over.
For Riot Games outsourcing, as well as about a year of work for 1047 Games, working on Splitgate 2.
Your Splitgate stuff was so sick. It was so cool.
Yeah, I didn't know you worked on Splitgate.
Yeah, the sequel, which is in beta right now.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty fun
I hear
time.
the sequel's pretty
Worked
good.
with some very cool people, unlike what I'm doing now. But at some point, Alberto told me that he was interested in getting me on the team.
He wouldn't shut up about it.
Oh, you're responsible for him too, then.
Yeah.
I'm responsible for everyone.
Nice.
The
For this, I apologize.
way you talk
I
about them
apologize
behind
a
their
lot.
backs.
That's such a great thing to hear. Like you wanna have a lead of the team who's passionate about the people that he brought onto the team for their work. It can't just be like I like you, you're cool. But that's one thing that I've always seen, at least in these videos and stuff, is that the devs at CIG are pretty comfortable with each other, pretty friendly. I've obviously heard all different rumors of aggressiveness and trying to outprove one another and competitiveness, things that are at companies, I'm sure. But I appreciate seeing some good synergy between people working on a project that we pay so much attention to,
I assume that you were saddled with them. I assume talent acquisition just went and got them and you were forced to work with them.
I am responsible for everything.
All right. So you
He loves
talk
us.
afterwards. Excalibur
In a
88
way.
UK in the chat says 65 million is awesome. So I asked that question about the journey here because conceivably, a concept artist can work in lots of different fields. You can work in automotive. You can work in motion pictures. Why video games? These interview shows are the ones where I get to ask the personal questions, and it's less about the work and stuff like that. Although we will get to some work in a little bit. I got something for you. But on these more personal shows, I'm always fascinated by this question of why you got into the video game industry. Because let's be just completely honest. Anybody that's looking at the video game press for the last year and a half knows it's not the most stable industry and whatnot. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. So you had to make a choice at some point for video games. Why? I'm always curious about this answer. Why not stay in Hollywood? Why not stay making fancy Italian sports cars?
Because it's Hollywood.
Why video games?
I would say it's who you do it for, and that was my main concern with the luxury market. So I was working for a lot of yachts, planes, politicians, billionaire around the world.
Trash people, then.
You say that, I didn't say it. But
so now he's working for the company that sells the product instead of the people who buy that product that is sold. Not saying y'all are billionaires, but come on. Some people drop a lot of money on this game.
The views and opinions of Jared Huckabee do not represent those of Platinum Pyramid Game. Continue.
the public you do a video game for is generally a very different public for what you would do the most expensive bracelet in the world for, or an 80 million yacht for. I did a yacht that was consuming as much as the city we designed it in. So that's why.
Yeah.
And I want in video games, not really for video games themselves, but for Star Citizen. That's the reason I choose to go in Egosoft first, because it just made sense if I wanted to end up here, as I was a fan from a long time.
Oh, so you had the long plan.
Yeah.
You had the long plan.
Dude, good for him. He
plotted a
made it
path
happen.
to Star Citizen.
And then he
uploaded
built
a
the team.
portfolio for Star Citizen.
All right. All right. How about you guys?
I got into games sort of on my university course in like the first year. They have people doing like 2D animation, 3D games. So like you try stuff for like a whole bunch of different fields, and I dipped my feet in each of them, and I thought, no, okay, but video games one that spoke to me most, and also because I actually play games in my spare time, so obviously I care about them, so I'd like to make them good. So for me, it just makes sense to be doing concept art for games. And also I hear like some horror stories about how designs can go in like the film or like TV industry, where directors can have influence they maybe shouldn't, and it leads to some very bad things happening, is what I've heard. So I thought, let's go with games, and games have been good to me. So.
Wait, I just figured it out. The guy who made this whole team, who came from designing yachts, was only hired to design Chris's new yacht. That's probably what this whole episode is about. Because, you know, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, people telling me that all these devs are just like taking money and scamming, but these guys sound like they got good stories. What's the real story? He's building him a yacht. We got him.
Jacob?
I would say it's, for me, the level of interactability that people have with what you make. I think it's really cool that in a video game, especially a video game like Star Citizen, a player can really look at every nook and cranny of the design, can kind of walk around, open up all the component base. Yeah, I think it's just a lot cooler than seeing the design you made for maybe like half a second in a movie just fly by in a specific shot from a specific perspective.
It's true. In Star Citizen, you have to design from every angle, from every conceivable point of view. It's one of the eternal challenges of working in a game, is that, you know, when you work on film and everything, you're building a lot of facades. You know where the camera is, so you only have to build facing the camera in most situations, unless you're somebody like a Nolan or something like this. But in video games, you have less control over where the camera is going to be, so you have to
be everywhere.
You have to build for, that's right. It's an interesting challenge.
I think the end result is just more impressive though, usually.
Lord Darius 78 says, so guys, get to the point already. It's boring. We want to hear something new.
Damn.
This is the
Boring
point.
people.
This is the point of this show.
Yeah.
Also, the show goes up on YouTube later, and you can click through and fast forward to these parts if this isn't your thing. I mean, watching is optional.
Wait, is that serious?
Click through and it shows like
shoot.
fast forward to these parts if this isn't your thing. I mean, watching is optional.
Just watch the summary.
So anytime we have an artist on, we get to do these kind of shows where I get to talk about your history and use stuff. Influences are always a big thing. It's no secret that Star Citizen wears a lot of its influences on its sleeves. It's very clear that Chris, through his entire career, has been very influenced by a lot of World War II stuff, by a lot of Star Wars stuff.
There's a lightsaber right behind you.
Well, this whole ship is full of my influences. I mean, it's a lot of people think, oh, they spend all this money on stuff. I'm like, no, this is my stuff. I buy stuff like I just bought this lovely. Trust me, CIG did not buy the bride gremlin from Gremlins 2. That was mine.
Thought that was a teaser for the Mission Giver coming up.
No, it came with it.
Oh, sure. Cool.
So I want to ask you what your influences are. What are the things when you're making a ship?
Yep.
Obviously, you've got the brief and stuff, but I know artists. They're always trying to work their own little bits, their own little. There are these things that you can't divorce. Oh, that's what was his name? Pete. Oh, hey, Pete.
Oh, Pete.
It's been so long.
Bye, Pete.
What are your influences that tend to work their way into your work?
I get inspired a lot by music.
And music.
Yeah. Yeah, by music.
I get that.
Sing a song.
Are there any songs
I'm not gonna
particularly
sing a
that you
song.
like?
I'm not a singer.
Get the
This
stream
this
copyright
this,
strike.
this is an in-joke, folks. We had a really unfortunately awkward interaction in the elevator earlier today. What kind of music, Samuel?
It all depends of the design that I'm doing.
Okay, so without telling us what ship you're working on right now, we'll get to that. What music is influencing your work right now?
I'm listening to the soundtrack of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Across the Spider-Verse, the second one.
Okay,
Yes.
And
I am personally listening to the soundtrack for the game Jusant like every day right now. Don't know how many of you guys have played it. Super relaxing game, very good time. It's all about like free climbing up this gigantic rock tower. It's got a little bit of a story. It's just good relaxation, but the music. Oh my god, every time I hear it, I just want to. Yes, dude. Check it out. If you like calming game music, check it out.
how does music influence your visual art?
That's something really personal because I really like I hear the sounds and the synths and everything, and I imagine how it will look, this ship, with this as a soundtrack, and it will sound cool and look cool.
I like that.
So it needs to match the coolness.
I really like that. I think that's how I do
Gaming in the chat says, that's a great album. Life Copy
Yes,
Gaming
sir.
has ears.
Yes, he does.
What about you, Jacob?
So for me, it's a lot of real world influence. So a lot of I was always very obsessed with aviation, still am, car design. So yeah, a lot of product designy, sleek forms, stuff like that. In terms of media, I would say a lot of Japanese stuff. So classic anime like Ghost in the Shell, Pet Labor, Evangelion, that kind of stuff.
Are you a weeb? I just learned this word. I don't know anything about anime or manga or whatever, but somebody taught me the word weeb 2 weeks ago, and I can't remember what it means. I just remembered.
You can call it.
It's a massive compliment. You should call as many people weebs as you can.
Yeah.
All right, sure.
Yeah.
So Jacob's a weeb.
Can I
Yeah.
invoke my Fifth Amendment on this show?
He's not denying it.
Is
No,
that
no,
wait,
I
can
am
you
not- I
invoke
don't
your
actually
Fifth
remember
Amendment
what
in
it means.
another country?
No, I wouldn't. Well, whatever. I hope I'm not a weep, but
Oh, you hope you're not? Oh,
yeah.
Oh my
But I would say I like the amount of media I like is disappropriate. Wait.
What?
What? Sorry, it's hard. English is hard. Disproportionately, right?
I want the truth.
Right. I would say it's disproportionately
please.
from Japan. So yeah.
Disproportionately from Japan.
Is that a word? Disproportionately?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it is.
Like a native speaker.
Laith.
I get also inspired by some anime stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of the same stuff that Jacob's mentioned, but also just space in general is pretty cool. I like to look at real world spacecraft where I can, because I think it's, even though obviously the stuff we do is very far removed from anything that NASA's doing right now, but it's still good to understand a lot of the principles going on there. And I think a lot of the understanding why real world rockets and ships and cars and whatever look the way they do, I think that's very helpful. So I think
Coolest real world spacecraft.
Saturn V's pretty good. It's kind of hard to beat the Saturn V.
I'm
Does the ISS count?
Sure.
No, ISS then. ISS is awesome.
It's moving.
Yeah, it counts.
Does that count as
Well,
okay?
no.
It's got an engine on
It's
it.
got thrusters, yeah.
I mean, how do you get up there? I mean, it was built up there.
Yeah.
We're just really messing with people's expectations.
It can move other places.
Geosynchronous orbit, it's not moving. I like the space shuttle. The space shuttle is the space shuttle is my favorite actually, it's my favorite
Real-time.
spacecraft.
Yeah, space
period.
shuttle looks really good.
I grew up in that era where it was just the space shuttle was the most magical thing in the whole world.
And this-
Favorite fictional spacecraft.
Oh, I like the Venture Star from Avatar.
Favorite fictional spacecraft,
Gets like a
folks.
full,
This
like,
is
10
this is such a great question for this crowd. What's your favorite spacecraft? I am stuck. I really like the Normandy. The one from Mass Effect 2. I really like Prometheus. Ooh. And I also quite like Slave One. It's just a lot of good spaceships out there, you know? What are you guys into? Your favorite is the Klingon Bird of Prey. I don't know that one. Ship from the last Starfighter? Okay. Starbug from Red Dwarf. No Battlestar Galactica, folks. Enterprise, the OG Enterprise. Okay, I see you. SDF-1 from RoboCop. Yo, if you're watching this video and this doesn't get cut, put it down in chat. I want to see what like the popular spaceships are. X-Wing, the alien destroyer from Prometheus. Oh, the giant circle. Avatar bomber ship, the Rocinante. Good choice. Millennium Falcon, Battlestar Galactica. Okay. Titan AE. Ooh, classic. Love that. Love to see Titan AE in there. Slave One and the N1. The space fighter from Halo Reach. Hey, that's a fun mission. Honestly, when I think of single player spaceship flying, that's basically the first thing I think of because that was the most prominent spaceship flight that I experienced as a kid in gaming. And that puts to you guys all into context how little I actually enjoy flying spaceships in my video games. I just like being in space. Oh, the Pelican from Halo is a good one. Yeah. Firefly, nice. Nice. Good choices in chat. I love it, guys.
10 seconds of screen time, but
The Manchester.
It's so sick.
it's pretty cool.
Space Alpha.
It's just a big, long tether. And
The one I hate.
yeah, he hates it. He hates it because he has really bad taste in spaceships.
Yes, Papa Tongue, I know it's not a geosynchronous. I was sitting there just adding more incorrect statements to just really rile the people up. Like you.
Got him.
Alberto.
I don't know my influences. I guess there is a lot of Japanese stuff.
You have no self-awareness whatsoever.
Like, there's definitely a lot of stuff.
Alberto,
a lot
you're-
of chevrons.
love
I
chevrons.
always,
Yeah, yeah.
I
He's gonna
always
be like,
am out to put
my
chevrons
influence
everywhere.
is
So,
the
there
yacht.
How do you spell chevron?
shut up.
No.
So
what is a chevron? I know it is a
Stripes.
gas station.
Warning stripes.
big white, red stripes.
Aren't they normally kind of like in a V
The
shape?
chevrons technically
Yeah.
is the one that is directional, but I put them everywhere.
You just like chevrons.
Yeah, I just like chevrons.
So
So is he the one making Argo
Do
ships?
you remember the incident in your childhood that brought chevrons to your attention?
I must have seen him in some hospital. I don't know.
Hospital.
What, when you were being born?
I was in a gas station in Albuquerque. It just
But Alberto, your Instagram profile name is literally Nostromo Industries.
Oh yeah, alien.
Wow, way to put him on blast.
so concept artists of all the people I get to talk to on this show. I mean, I'm entering year 11, having doing this now, and concept artists are always unique. Because they're the only one, everybody else is working on something that is going to go into production. 99 out of 100 times, any hard surface artist or anybody else is working on something it's been approved, it's been designed, it's going into the game. You guys spend a lot of your time working on stuff that will never be seen. That will just you spend hours working on a thing, and then they go, no. Like this. How do you deal with that? How do you internalize that? How do you put in many hours?
If we get our way These are the guys that are going to be making my coffee table look beautiful whenever this freaking game comes out, because I am getting that book of concept art for this, that whatever kind of like unreleased art book they make for this game. Oh my God, I am getting that so fast.
And then like, oh, I'm really excited about this. And you put this forward, and they're just like, no.
I cry a lot.
You cry a lot?
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
Yeah.
You
It's a
have to
good
focus.
coping mechanism.
Yeah. I'd say you have to focus on the fact that you're getting paid for it at least.
Are we?
Oh. If you ask, you get, yeah.
Focus on the money. That was Jay Lee's answer too. So you're in good company. Shout out to Jay Lee.
Shout out to
Judge
Jay
apart, I
Lee.
would say, is expected.
Yeah.
If all your proposals is stuff you like, you will not be disappointed by any choice.
True.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you
say that.
like if everything you've made is pretty solid, you can be satisfied just in the fact you've made some pretty cool stuff, even if no one really gets to see it. At least you get like personal satisfaction out of it, and maybe they'll be used for other stuff later down the line, even if they're not used for the original purpose. So you make peace with it, I think.
Yeah. The concept work always starts, we've done a lot of shows on this, but always starts with this, people have different names for it. I always called it a contact sheet or a sheet of thumbnails and stuff. It's you start with basic shape language, you know, little sketches. Some people do these things by hand. Some a lot of you work in 3D, 2D, whatnot. You said something. You make sure you always like what you put forward.
It's a strong word.
I mean, there are obviously stuff I like more than others, safer options than others. There is always a wild card. There is always generally the one I like the most, and even the one I like the most about other people's job. Not always get chosen, fine. The work doesn't end there. We go in 2 more passes, one for defining how everything works, and then one for defining the art direction.
So you design several options, 3, 5, 7, 10, whatever, depending on how inspired you were, whatnot, and then somebody picks one, and then you take that one forward.
Yeah, pretty
usually.
much.
Do you ever include an easy no? Do you ever include like just an absolute piece of trash in there that to make another one look
too big of a
better?
risk.
You can't, because what if they pick it, and then you have to work with that thing for the rest of the process?
You're like,
It's a nightmare.
we were just kidding about
So
that
we have
one.
a fixed number that is mandatory.
Okay.
So we just
We also never make bad work.
Usually more than one.
You also never make bad work? You're lying again, Laith.
Yes,
it's lagging so hard.
I'm really good at it.
Okay. So at this point, we've done our thing. We've made, I can't remember what that guy's name was. We've made him sit through a bunch of stuff that he didn't like and whatever. We're going to talk a little bit about what you're actually working on right now.
Yay!
So I'm going to start with you, Alberto, just because you're closest to me here, and we didn't plan this at all.
Okay.
So, what are you working on right now as far as vehicle concepts?
Okay. I'm doing a vertical slice for different areas of the interiors of the Pioneer to understand better how the Pioneer works, what rule each is
Okay, are
for
we
in
gonna get?
production.
Hold on. If they're we're getting visuals, y'all. Okay, I was gonna start to pull up visuals for you guys. You know what? We don't get visuals for like a good minute. While he's talking about this, I'll pull up what we've seen of the Pioneer so far, of like their in-game stuff, so we can compare when they do show us the actual concept visuals. It's quiet.
That's because we want to align it with hacking gameplay.
All right, so we got a pretty decent walkthrough here of the ship.
Out on the interior.
So I'll let this play while he's talking.
And how to help the production guys towards the final art.
So this is a common misconception I see. When we do a ship concept, not every single area of the interior is fully mapped out, is fully figured out. It's we do enough to get an idea. We get enough to get a concept of it and understand what it is. But after that's done and before it goes into
Are
production,
they too quiet?
you guys have to then go back and revisit.
Let's see if I can boost this anymore. 160.
and then flesh out all of these major internal areas that are never seen. So that's what you're doing with the
Yes, we do this mostly for old concepts.
Oh, you meant too quiet when it was.
Fix it with the
Sorry,
with the internal team right
stream is behind.
Smaller ships, of course, allow us to dedicate some time to fully understand interiors. We did this with the Sulan. But bigger ships need a vertical slice. So we try to pick up the most different between each other's type of rooms and figure out them so that the 3D artists have a solid reference to translate it to the other areas that we don't have the time to work on.
So we actually have some images that we're going to look at. We've staged them on a Miro board here that's not going to spoil anything else. So let's go ahead and throw that on the screen. And I'm in control here, so let me zoom in on this a little bit. Oh, that's the wrong way.
Do you make that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When?
So what are we looking at here?
We're looking at the refinery of the Pioneer, and this was one of the room that recently changed a little bit. So the 3D artists wanted, okay, what should we do here? What color should we use? How should we approach?
This ship is so freaking big. Look at the size of the hallways. I could fit some of my spaceships in that hallway. So you said this is the refinery section. So I think that's here. Let's see.
And turrets that remain. Then going downstairs, we have the cargo area at the top. Doesn't look like a lot. That's 1,000 SEU of cargo now in that space.
Okay, 1,000 SEU of cargo. Just to give you a sense of how big this ship is, this right here, this little section, is 1,000 SEU of cargo.
Next to that is the fabrication control room. This is where you'll be controlling fabricating larger vehicles and ships,
I think that's
as well as
here.
smaller fabrication machines next door for. You don't want to use this to build a small FPS weapon. It's a bit overkill. So we have that on board as well. In the center of the ship, we have a small fabrication hangar with roof and ramp egress. So if you're building a small ship on board, so things like a Nomad, you can build on board here. You'll be able to fly out the roof of the fabrication hangar. And then we have the existing small landing pad that transitions from outside the ship to inside the ship. So cargo you can load via new entrance that Ben's going to talk about in a second, but you can still retain the ability to land a ship on top of this ship, move it inside your ship, all those things. Engineering at the rear, this is now capital components all the way around. It was a weird mix of size 3s before. It's now just all capital everything.
Yeah, he doesn't really
Then we
specify
have the
where the refinery is.
habitation, mess hall, medical area between the hangar and engineering. And then at the front, we have 4 extra large drones in the drone room.
Drone room. So, yeah, I don't know where refining is here.
But we don't just have some pictures like this to show you.
This
Ben's
is
gonna-
absolutely a flying base. This thing is literally a flying base. This thing can extract resources, it can refine, it can craft, it can defend itself, it can carry vehicles, it can carry ships with it. This is a literal mobile base, and this will be one of the hardest to maintain and one of the most valuable ships in the game. This thing will be able to create full-on towns on planets as long as you have the resources. Crazy, crazy, crazy endeavor they're going into right now.
Approach the color palette. How should we approach the way the room is built? Ben was focusing a lot on the fact of how a ship this big is built. So there is a hierarchy between the structures that create these rooms. There are secondary beams, secondary bulkheads that are attached to the first ones, and the floor is attached over the structure, so there is space below the floor. How do you approach all this layering? How we compartmentalized with color palette the different functions of this area. For example, we have the crafting stations in yellow, we have the cargo area and the passage in blue, something a little more calm because there is not a lot
cool.
of...
So now we're getting an idea of this. So this is one of the crafting stations. This is the cargo area. So we're currently looking right here, I think. We're looking... Yeah, we're looking down this hallway.
The movement, and where there is a lot of movement, like the elevator, we use red. So try to be bold and catch attention towards indication and direction. all stuff we're trying to implement in from feedback from the other capital ships we did.
What are we looking at here?
We're looking at the bottom floor of the refinery.
Tech something 003.
Yeah, I just have to give indications.
something.
Like there is a lot of there is the name of my dog in the yellow area. There is Brangino somewhere.
Where?
Can we point?
If you look at the yellow area, but in the other images.
All yellow, mate.
Back in this one?
No, forward.
Forward?
Yep. Yeah, there it is.
What is Brangelino?
Yeah,
Brangen.
Brangino.
Brangino. Brangino.
Indications on the font. I don't know what to write there, but I know that something has to go there.
Make sure it's Impact. I'm pretty sure Impact is the first font outside of your basic Arial or your Times New Roman that I ever learned.
No, what to
Brangin.
write, indeed.
This could be British slang as well, Brangin.
I don't know what to write here.
Brangin.
Make sure it's impact. Is there any significance to the numbers, or is that just random numbers?
No, I just literally smashed my hand on the key.
I thought it was your height in millimeters.
Harsh.
My age.
You could put more
You're
chevrons there. I
much
think.
older than that.
So what is this room?
This is the crafting stations. All of these are crafting pods.
So this
of
is
the
here.
year 4. Yeah, and we try to give
Yeah, these are
every
the
area its
fabricators.
own personality and
right here.
Try to
Honestly,
be
I
very
like the
bold
yellow better than the orange. I think I actually really like the yellow more than the orange. I like the heavy use of color though. Feels very Argo.
with colors. So this was inspired to a current core called graphic realism that uses a lot of graphics to point points of interest, how to attract the attention of the player towards where you can actually interact with, how to not get lost in such a big ship.
Come back to me real quick. This is where I need to remind folks, because I can already see the chat. These are concepts. These are concepts. These are explorations of what the interior will be. What we're going to look at today, none of these are approved. None of these are now, that's absolutely what we're doing, and we're going into production. That's what the concept.
Okay, but stick with the yellow and basically all the stuff we just showed us. Thanks.
Phase is. So we are literally exploring the same exploration that's going on right now. You took these screenshots literally yesterday.
Yes.
From things. Has CR even seen these yet?
I believe so.
Okay, I hope so.
So, good question in chat there. Does the fact that the interior is still being concepted mean that the ship isn't being modeled, or are the internals of the ship concepted after the ship itself has been modeled? I would love to plug myself here. If you look Star Citizen, how ships are made, and my video doesn't pop up, then I didn't name it correctly. I did not name it correctly. Look at that. Here. This video explains the process of how these ships are made from concept to release. And in this, they actually talk about how, well, actually, I don't know if I talk about it. We go through each section. So design and concept, white. There you go. Design and concept, white box, gray box, final art, which I didn't do. Oh, I guess I did do a thing for, and flight ready. So all of these stages kind of happen generally at the same time. You'll enter concept stage for all of the ships, and the whole ship will go through concept, but sometimes it slips over in between phases a little bit. So you'll have maybe your exterior is in final art, but your interior is still getting worked on in the gray box phase, or maybe your interior is still getting concepted, but your exterior has started to reach the white box phase and be modeled. So we don't really know what's going on with the Pioneer, but I'm betting the exterior is already being modeled, and that's kind of like further ahead, and right now they're just concepting interior. They can also be working on different parts of the interior in white box while some parts are still concepted. It's a lot.
Hi, Chris.
Ben told me he liked it, so.
But yeah, so we can go back. So just don't sit there like, oh, I see, but you're like, too much.
All that being said, I have no profession here. I'm just talking from what I've seen. It's all guesswork and speculation. Take my word with a grain of salt. I'm just trying to give my own opinion. That was not like industry insider knowledge or something. And for anybody who just like jumped in here randomly, I very much might have clipped this out of the whole stream where we're going over this Star Citizen Live, but we're kind of just covering the changes that are going on with ship concepts right now. Hope you enjoy.
Jello and whatnot. Absolutely welcome to that opinion and whatnot. Just don't shoot any of the messengers or anything. Like I said, it might actually be. It might be more yellow. It's possible. We don't know. This is what concept phase is for, is exploration. Let's go back and see what else we got here.
We're only doing yellow ships going forward, right?
Only doing yellow ships going forward.
The B, the symbol of
Okay.
Manchester, right?
Check this out. Shout out to Execute, my man, InfoRunners. He made this call out back in November that I am actually going to include in my, I'm making a video about upcoming ships right now. It should be out probably in the next, possibly tomorrow. But during CitizenCon, they showed us ships that were incoming. And one of them looks like a little kind of shuttlecraft, almost like the what's it called? The Kodiak from Mass Effect. This guy. So this looks like a bit of a shuttlecraft to me, maybe a security-focused personnel carrier, something to carry troops, a bit of a dropship of types. You can see a guy with a weapon here. You can see some crates, so it can carry people and things, right? And it's pretty small. It's not too large. This little staircase thingy right here, or whatever this is, has this like triangular design in it a little bit. Execute theorizes that this is a CNOU ship or vessel that is being built alongside the Pioneer using some of its smaller assets. This is something that CIG does. When they build something large, they take what they've built and they use it to build some things that are also smaller. They also do it in the reverse. It's what we're seeing with the Ironclad leading into the Kraken. It's what we are seeing with the Polaris, or, well, I guess the Polaris leading to the Perseus is a little different, but that little design is a little reminiscent of some of the other places where they use kind of a cross-hatch triangular design like that. It's a small tip, but we'll see.
So what are these triangle things here in the?
We just have to. It's not easy to convey. Shut up. Always so mean, Leith. To convey the art direction for something so new, because we don't have any comparison with other ships. We have one CNOU ship, but is completely different in terms of function and size.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to.
So they're making the CNOU design language right now, kind of like how the 890 Jump and the 400i made Origins after years of them releasing Origin ships. This is probably them actually solidifying what is going to make Consolidated Outlands a company.
Ways to let understand that this is high tech yet industrial. So we don't want to let it look too fancy, but we have to let it look high tech. Doesn't have to be over designed, doesn't have to be luxury at all. It has to be still a working industry ship made for a B2B type of industry, part of a pipeline. So all these details, even if they don't have particular functions, they help me to convey what kind of details we need to put there, how to distinguish it from Crusader, how to distinguish it from RSI, how to distinguish it from Argo. Is a research just based on finding the personality of CNOU in the industrial part.
I like this floor. I like the little perforations in the floor.
It's interesting. So loading up the Pioneer is going to be a process. I don't know how big this lift is. It looks pretty big, but it seems what's going to happen is you will have to... Do we have a shot of this from the top down? Not really. Maybe it's here. Let's see.
These actually open up and they... And these are right next to the cargo bay, the internal cargo bay. And as John says, this holds up to 1,000 SEU of cargo. So
this is what we're seeing, right? Right here. This cargo section is, I think, a little bit of a redesign of where those boxes would sit.
it's pretty sizable. To make it a little bit easier, it's got its own dedicated cargo lift at the back.
Yeah.
But again, just simplifies that kind of getting cargo in and out of the vehicle.
See, and he mentions it has this is the cargo lift. Like this is actually just showing how much modeling they've done on this ship since just CitizenCon. they didn't even really have the concept of. I don't see where this cargo lift would be loaded.
Cargo lift at the back, but again, just kind
It would have. It looks like
just simply-
almost like it was something where it would lift up the cargo and you'd have to move it to another section without accessing it. I don't even know, but
provides that kind of getting cargo in and out of the vehicle.
but you can see that they've clearly rethought how this is going to be organized. So the Pioneer's seen some significant work in design and I won't say modeling, but definitely design over the last few months.
Is meant to show a little bit with the parallax of the maglev cargo plates.
What is
So
maglev?
Magnetic levitation.
Oh, okay.
so that we can show with subtle details where the cargo is going to be and where it's not, where you can pass with all the lines and where you can't. Yeah,
Sick.
basically what I'm doing right now is trying to find out the rules for the Pioneer.
Blended prototypes.
And by extension, CNOU,
Exactly.
Consolidated Outlets.
Yeah.
Sorry, CNOU is our internal abbreviation. We love acronyms.
Oh yeah.
We had game companies. And
I wish it was
Disneyland.
just
We
CO.
love acronyms.
CO is easier. CNOU is weird to say.
I still don't know what CIG stands for.
Oh well, if you read Reddit, it's CGI.
Yeah.
I see that a lot.
Been here 11 years. Every time I see it, I'm like, CGI needs to do this. I'm like, oh, we're off the hook. Alberto. Okay, so from this point forward, we are going to talk about 3 ships that you are unaware of, and do not, and from this moment prior, do not know are currently in development. 2, we're going to take a look at, and 1 we're not going to look at right now because you actually already kind of know what it looks like. So I'm going to start with the one that folks will already have an idea what it looks like. Alberto, you tell me what you're working on right now.
You
Yeah,
like
tell us
the
about it.
interior, but it feels like you're being picky. You'd say some of the design options look to be aesthetically stylistic over function, and this would be a full function ship. Agreed. Yeah, this would be a heavily functionally designed ship for sure. I like the vibes though, but I agree. There's gonna definitely be some liberties taken with these ships that are meant for this very hardcore industrial stuff. Should just be a bunch of boxes, right?
Oh, Samuel. Sorry. I wasn't wearing my glasses. Samuel,
They look so similar.
what are you working on right
I
now?
look similar like Alberto.
No, without my glasses, I can't see crap.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. I'm working on a fighter.
On a fighter?
Yes.
We're getting another fighter?
A heavy strike fighter?
Yes, sir.
Heavy strike fighter?
What is a heavy strike
And
fighter?
it's based
I bet it is.
on the Mantis.
Based on the RSI Mantis.
Yes.
So
Oh.
taking that beautiful.
A heavy strike fighter based on the Mantis. Somebody said that they really like the Enterprise. If there is a single ship that I think channels Star Trek the best in this game, it's the Mantis. So you might get something up your alley.
Gorgeous.
Amazing.
Sleek.
Yes.
Silhouette of the Mantis.
Right. We heard about
And
this a while
giving it
ago,
a
right?
new life.
Give it a new life, a new look. Hopefully better look.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
Old.
Shots
original
fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weber.
Shout out
Now-
to
now-
the original designer, we know it.
Yeah. Now that there's a reason we're not using the word variant. It's not. It's not a variant in the traditional sense. It's you're going to see it like you could see like you'll see
The
car
Firebird.
manufacturers who share a lot of the same language and stuff. This is something like the kind of like the Centurion and the Atlas platform, not the Atlas mech.
Yeah.
Whatnot, the Ballista, things that are built on the same platform. This is a new vehicle based on the Mantis. A platform, so it will share a lot of the same shape, language,
Yeah.
and stuff with the Mantis. You will definitely see it and go, "That's just as cool
Yeah,
as the
it sounds like what they did with the Ravens, which, to be honest, I thought was a good idea for people who were new and needed to get some training and update ships and stuff. But for somebody in his shoes, it seems like I don't know, that seems like a small project for somebody like him. I'm also thinking this is becoming a very regular thing for them to release a ship based on an older ship and use that as an opportunity to update both ships. We've now seen it with the Raven series. We've seen it with the Terrapin. We are apparently seeing it with the Mantis. To an extent, we kind of saw it with the Hornet. It's a little bit of a different situation, but But I wonder how much they're going to continue to do this sort of offshoot of a ship, create this and use that as an opportunity to also gold standard the original at the same time. Could be a strategy that works. Definitely not for every ship, but it could work for some. I think doing that too much is not like, don't do that too much. I'm actually very quickly turning towards the idea of actually, never mind. Don't keep doing that because it just gets out of hand. You just start having too many ships, you know?
Yes.
But there will be
Hopefully
some-
better.
Hopefully better.
Yeah, hopefully. I chose this one because it's way cooler than the Mantis.
Gotcha. And how's that work going?
It's going great. I love it.
Look, what's obviously we're still, like I said, this one's super early days, which is why we don't have anything to show. And besides, y'all know what the Mantis looks like
Early
anyway.
days.
But this is one of those vehicles that I'm personally most excited about. I got to shout out Tyler Wicken here. Tyler Wicken and I have both been leading this charge for years.
For the
Well, if I'm allowed to have an opinion, if I'm allowed to take off CIG hat,
You're
and put
not,
on
Jared. No
Disco Lando hat,
opinions.
the Mantis is one of the coolest looking ships we've ever made.
I agree.
And I hated the purpose of it. I wanted it. I wanted to do more. Like the Mantis was so cool looking. I would fly it as my daily driver, but I don't enjoy interdiction gameplay or whatever. So it's always bristled at me. So this idea that we get to revisit that platform and revisit that kind of aesthetic and do a new ship that somebody like me would fly every day is really exciting to me.
Yeah.
So that's in development. No timetables or anything right now, but that's something you can
Dude,
look
they're
forward to.
Just starting to work on concept art.
So let's move to Lath.
Hello.
Lath, what are you working on?
I'm making, it's another RSI thing. Get excited, RSI fans. It's a little RSI salvage ship. It's going to be a tiny little dinky guy. It's gonna
We're
be smaller
getting
than-
another starter salvage ship. Dude, I love the freaking variety in industry. Industrial players need more of that.
Is that tight like this?
Can we say how big it is? I mean, they'll know
Yeah.
how big it is. Yeah, it's going to be smaller than the Vulture. So it's just going to be a little, it's going to be a starter ship as well. So it's going to be, you just got the game, don't want to fight guys because you're a coward or you're lazy, whatever. You can go salvage and you can use this thing for it.
Oh my God.
So sorry, I lost it on the Miro. I'm finding
You're a
it.
coward or you're lazy. But seriously, a small salvage ship. I wonder if it's going to be like you get 4, maybe 8 SCU of salvage. To bring something in smaller than the Fortune right after the Fortune is a really interesting move. And oh, that's right. The Fortune is another one that allows them to update the Prospector. I don't know if they updated the Prospector, but that should make it easier for them to do so. So I'm wondering if that's the only reason we got the Fortune. Why didn't they just do the small RSI salvager instead? What's the strategy there? Are you just trying to build out variety in that field of play, or how's that work?
It right now. Okay, I found it here. So we're going to look at 3. They're a little farther along than thumbnail sketches,
Yes.
but they're 3 different ideations that are being presented. So again, not one of these 3 have actually been signed off or approved as this is the one we're doing, but we're going to share 3 of the things that Lath is working on related to this brand new RSI starter salvage. So let's take a look. So what are we
Oh,
looking
we
at
get
here?
pictures
This
of
was
it.
the-
Wait a
I can't remember
second.
which number design this was.
Wait a f***ing second. I really like that. I don't even know what it looks like underneath, but
But this was meant to be like it's similar-ish to the Mantis actually. So it was like had some inspiration from that. So it's got on the front. It's got its little grabbies for doing its salvage stuff.
So the salvage arms will come out of these things here in the front?
Yeah, they did like come out, or they'd be like, we're not sure how much movement it's going to have on it yet. So there's still a lot of interpretation there. But it's also got like the little frilly bits on the side, like what the Vulture's got for the fracture field for disintegrating stuff.
RSI, you're so weird for making a salvage ship.
I quite like that one.
I think it's very cool. Chat's taking to this one really well.
Hell yeah.
Looks like a kind of a.
Oh, I
Chat,
bet
is it
chat
real?
loves this.
It looks like a cover car, sort of. It's kind of cool.
Do you like that?
And then there's this guy.
This guy, he's a bit much more stereotypical RSI, I guess, because it's like kind of got a Zeusy silhouette.
A little bit. It's like a Zeus, a Pisces, and a Reliant all kind of got together for a night.
So it's a lot flatter,
This one.
but it's also got its big salvage grabbies on the front.
Who makes the Pisces? Oh, I can't remember what manufacturers.
Anvil.
Huh?
Anvil?
Yeah. But I definitely, it's, I look at this and I see some Pisces influence and everything. But we have this conversation all the time. Car makers ape each other left and right. When Dodge brought that first Challenger back, or was it Charger or the Challenger? I can't remember which one came before. And then suddenly you saw Mustang emulate it. You saw everybody started making all throwbacks and stuff. So I see some Pisces stuff in here. But yeah, there's no mistaking the Zeus influence.
Yeah, it's like
and the RSI.
It wasn't exactly meant to have the same sort of Zeus at first, but then I looked at it, I was like, hang on, looks quite similar. So I'm gonna say it was on purpose, actually. Yeah.
And again, the brief here is a salvage starter. So this is the entry level ship. Like when we say starter, I mean like you could start your Star Citizen journey with this.
Yeah, it's pretty like.
And obviously you would upgrade to things like the Fortune or the Mole and stuff later on. That's like that. But a place to start with salvage. And then our third and final look. This is bold.
Yeah.
I quite like this one personally. This one is my, I guess, favorite of them, but it's not up to me. I just make the pictures.
Looks nice.
It's a quite sharp, maybe a little too sharp, some people might say.
I'm seeing a little hawk in there with the cockpit. This is this RSI? I'm seeing the flat plates and the kind of utilitarian design of RSI.
But I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty RSI. It would have you can't see it from this view, but it would have the cargo comes out the back. Only holds a few cargoes. Don't expect to be hauling massive claims in this, but I think he's neat. We'll see how it goes.
There's this idea in the community.
This reminds me a lot of I think it was the spaceship that Spock flies in one of the new Star Trek movies. The one where the cockpit rotates around the thruster as he flies. That's what this kind of reminds me of, which is a cool ship.
We'll zoom out here and see if we can get it there. There's this idea in the community that manufacturers are static and never evolving. That every single ship from Anvil needs to look like a variation of another one. That every single ship of Aegis, that every single ship of RSI, again, in a decade of being here, you see this on Spectrum, you see it on Reddit, you see it on all these, the talk shows and stuff when people are streaming, they're talking whatever. That doesn't look RSI, or that doesn't look like this, or that doesn't look like this, as if car brands don't change, as if they don't change, as if they don't evolve. Our game has hundreds of years of history, and some of these brands have been around for years, and some of these designs are from many years in the past. A Ford from 2025 doesn't look like a Ford from 2015, doesn't look like a Ford from 2005.
Sounds like a scam.
1995, so forth, so forth, so forth. Mm-hmm. But there's this idea that I see discussed all the time. The brands can't change. The brands can't evolve. The brands can't ever try something new in order to attract a new audience.
Yeah. The problem with this is that the brands change, but they don't necessarily look like the same time period. When you go and you look at the lore for the ship manufacturers, some of them, they can change, but for instance, Consolidated Outlands is in the lore, it's 30 or 40 years old. So you can't go from making something that looks like the Mustang to making something that looks like the Nomad to making something that looks like the Pioneer in 30 years. I mean, I guess you could. It's just, yes, it's possible for them to change. When you start looking at the details of the lore and the timing and all that, that also has to line up. And I think they can make it line up. They just need to do some more of the work to make it make some sense.
Do you agree with that? Do you disagree with that? Because I know not everybody, even at CIG, shares the same opinion.
I think it's the brands shouldn't stay completely stagnant, because as you say,
actually RSI is a really good example. The Constellation and the Bengal, you can tell are dude, what is these freaking brother? This camera is so weird. Stop. It's got like hand signals. I could just make it zoom in with a hand thing. What the heck? Don't do that. Go out. Go back. Zoom out. Stay there, please. Stop. Stop tracking me. Stop doing things. Just be normal, camera. There we go. Okay. God. The RSI design style is a really good one because you see the Bengal and the Connie looking pretty similar, and then you look at their newer ships, which is like the Perseus and the Galaxy, which are clearly these just space pizzas. I love seeing that and being able to know that. I just think they need to make that part of it more clear amongst all of the ships.
Like real world car manufacturers don't stay the same forever. I think I can see where people come from, where stuff doesn't look like a given manufacturer from a set time, but like you think of stuff like, I don't know, like the Constellation, the Aurora, that was designed well over a decade ago. So, you know, naturally the stuff we do now is gonna be different, and we always want to try and improve on the manufactured aesthetics. So
You make a really good point. Even we've changed.
oh yeah, exactly.
Even our ideas of what these things should
changed
be.
during a decade.
Yeah.
Changing fashion, changing cars in real cars.
Yeah.
So it will change even in the video game aesthetic. A good looking game from 10 years ago looks different from a good looking game now, not just because the graphics is better, but because we keep changing the taste. Someone will come and do something completely groundbreaking. Everyone will start copying. It did happen all the time in cars.
Yeah.
Tesla removed the grid on the front, and everyone started removing the grids on the front.
Yeah, it's this interesting thing. I think it doesn't just happen in our community. It happens with all of video games. It happens with all things. There's this idea that companies are these unchanging monoliths. The reality is that the Blizzard
They can't stick to a freaking line of progress.
a World of Warcraft expansion today is not the Blizzard that made World of Warcraft in 2004.
Yeah.
I was there. Nobody I worked with is still there today.
Were you born
It's like this. It's
2001?
2004, were you born?
Yes.
yeah. I just would you say 2004? Were you born?
Yeah, I genuinely.
I'm
it's a
2003.
good question with him.
You were born in 2003.
Yeah, see?
What?
I was playing World of Warcraft in 2004.
He's younger than our engine.
He is. Dog.
That hurts.
2004. What? That's wild. I know this is a thing that like happens and everybody's like, okay, yeah, get over it. But that's actually freaking crazy. Like Halo 2 was coming out in 2004, man. I just saw that game. Hold on a second. This game, I'm pretty sure came out before he was born, or the same year he was born. That's wild to me. I mean, obviously that has to happen. People are born in years, but like that blows me away. And yes, I do keep all of my Halo stuff in very close proximity. I'm a little weird about that.
Why? That hurts. I have been in the game industry longer than you've been alive.
It's okay, but it's
How many years?
like
How many years?
No,
How many years?
never. Just gonna take a walk around the spaceship.
He bullies
Talk amongst
me.
yourself. All right,
A walk?
You need water?
You need a walker, dude?
Lathe, shut your mouth. But this idea that I just read in the news, Acclaim is back. But it's a completely different group of people who are resurrected Acclaim. The idea that these companies never change, that they don't evolve, that is the wrong mentality. But every time, it still gets me. Every time I see, that doesn't look like Aegis or whatever, I'm like, yeah, it does. It does because we said it does. That's what Aegis looks like right now.
True.
But, all right, jalopy concept. Not with the way this show's going.
I'll be amazed if we keep our jobs up.
I'm just pissing away any chance I got at a jalopy. Actually, you know what? John Crew has a private YouTube channel where he's been sitting, where he took a junker car and has been fixing it. He's been living the real life jalopy life. And when I'm like, that's all I want in the game, he's like,
Forgot
no,
he
don't
has
do
that channel.
Don't do that. I'm like, you're living it. I think he's just doing it to punish me personally.
Fair enough.
John, if you're doing it to punish me, don't say anything.
Why don't you ask him?
Oh,
Yeah, ask him.
hey,
right?
John.
Who can do the best John impression?
All right.
Best Johnny
So-
impression.
So we've talked about work on the Pioneer concept, the interior of the Pioneer. We've revealed that work is underway on a new vehicle built on the Mantis foundation. Where we got a new starter salvage that's underway.
Guys.
Jacob.
I'm not kidding. I have a video that I just needed to update with music and a thumbnail and stuff to release to you guys tomorrow for the new ships. And now I'm going to have to add like 2 entirely new sections. If I get a video out tomorrow about ships for the rest of the year, I guess it'd probably be before this even comes out on Space Tomato 2, then I'm a very happy man and probably tired.
Yep.
What are you working on?
I'm working on something that I think and hope some people might be kind of excited about, because the manufacturer only has 1 ship in the game so far, and it's been a while.
2.
I mean, okay, fair enough. But they look pretty much the same. But it's been a while since those came into existence. And yeah, when I got the brief for that ship, someone outside our team actually told me that I should be pretty excited because it's kind of a big deal. So yeah, it is a Kruger ship, a new Kruger intergalactic, and it is a light fighter.
So working on a brand new Kruger light fighter. Let's take a look at your contact sheet.
Yo,
here.
a Kruger light
So-
fighter. Wait, this is a big deal because Kruger doesn't really make ships. Kruger started out as a supplier. Kruger actually has a similar story to Origin. Or was it Origin? Pretty sure it was Origin. Origin Jumpworks started out as a company that just built parts for other companies. I think that was Origin. And then they eventually made their own ship, and it was really freaking good. So they started making their own ships more. It's kind of what Kruger is doing, I'm pretty sure, as well. So cool to see them getting in more into spaceships, because we weren't really expecting too many.
It's okay.
Immediately. And you tell me if you tell me if I'm wrong in this. I'm seeing some strong like 1950s
Freaking Naboo thrusters.
retro sci-fi vibes here.
Yeah, also getting some Gattaca feels from some of this.
Sure. Some of the ref that Ben and John picked out was, old cars, like retro cars, 50s, hot rods, World War II planes, especially
was it
like
Misk?
Spitfire.
Misk was a conglomerate that came together from 2 companies.
262, stuff like that. So yeah, very sleek, very chrome, spiky, rounded forms. Yeah, and that's just the
A little
Merlin.
scale comparison here.
Forget how tiny the Merlin is.
Yeah.
Oh, so this thing is really small. It's smaller than the Gladius.
So dinky.
Okay. We got some other images, some other orthos here. Now, besides the retro sci-fi aspect is obvious. I also see Naboo.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
which is the same influence. Everything Naboo was all built from those old 1950s retro sci-fi, kind of shape language and stuff. So it's one of those things. It's you find lots of times there's people who are like, oh, that looks like that ship from that franchise, and it's like, no, we weren't actually looking at that franchise. It's just they were using the same influences.
Dude, I think A looks really good if they add B's thrusters. A with B's thrusters would look so much like the Naboo fighter. And maybe that's maybe that's not what they want to do.
We were. So some interesting posteriors here. What are we looking at? Take us through some of these options. What's this thing in the
posterior.
back supposed to be?
This was just a idea for keeping the circular motif that the Merlin has. It kind of, or the Archimedes as well, has this negative space, this hole in the middle of the fuselage on the wings, which is just a circle. So I was trying to implement that somewhere in the design.
I love this guy here.
Yeah, I'm pretty up.
I mean, I love this guy too. I'm sitting here. I'm struggling with picking an early favorite here. Here's some more looks.
I want to see them
that.
from the front.
I'm definitely a fan of like the lowered pylon thing.
The big nacelle, yeah.
I'm remembering the fighter from the 1985 Wolfgang Peterson movie Enemy Mine. right now. Dennis Quaid and Louis Gossett Jr. It's this one. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find the one that's making me think of that one specifically. This guy down.
Yeah, I think I like A the most, at least for a small fighter. If this was like a big ship, I think I might actually like. No, I don't like E. Maybe D. I do really like A though for a fighter. I can't even see G.
This one. Let me see if I can find.
Oh yeah, G does look pretty cool too. Actually, it's got similar to A.
Let me see if I find the one that's making me think of that one specifically. This guy down here. Let me see if I can zoom in here. Nope, wrong button. I keep reversing it.
I thought the big circle was so we could put it on like a keychain.
Yeah, A really does it for me for a small fighter.
Yeah, but yeah, with the little detached pylons, it's also very reminiscent of like the Buck Rogers of fighters.
Hey, gunslinger!
Another tremendous thing.
Buck
And I
Rogers?
think this is our last. Did you just say what's Buck Rogers?
Ooh.
Go to sleep. Just go to sleep.
Thank God.
Finally.
Buck Rogers. 2003.
Please
he
don't
says.
clip that and put it out of context.
I still don't know who's Buck Rogers.
2003. He says. All right, so let's go back.
This is what CIG does to their employees when they refuse to make spaceships.
Let's go back to that first image. These are all really cool. One of the things that really stands out to me is how smooth they are. A lot of our ships are great at greebles and panel lines and all those details and stuff. And that's what's one of the things. It's one of the hallmarks of Star
Greebles.
Citizen is that we get to have all of those all of that detail work in our ships. I actually what I find myself, and again, this is just speaking for myself right now. What I find myself responding to is how little detail there is. You have these items that can be machined so precisely that the panels can close and the seams can disappear. Like that's what I'm imagining looking at this. Don't take that to mean anything. That's literally me reacting to the images right now. I'm not speaking from any prior knowledge. These are cool. Do you have a favorite, Jacob?
It was one of the situations that Alberto mentioned earlier, where it's
I
kind
like
of
E
ideal
from the
because
top.
I was happy with any one of these.
I'm not crazy about them, most of them isometrically for a small ship, but from the top silhouette, I do like them for a small ship.
Picked.
You can see a lot of them being
Which
medium
one's the bad
ships.
one?
Yeah, but like don't be like a parent who lies and say they don't have a favorite kid. Everybody's got a favorite kid.
I was pretty happy with, I liked F, just the fact that it has the engine nacelle underneath the cockpit. It has like a bit of a higher stance if you look at it from the side. I liked, E as well. It's pretty different, but I kind of liked it. D was kind of cool. I was pretty happy with B. It is a bit of a more generic silhouette, I would say. But I think it works, and A is cool as well.
B reminds me of General Grievous's fighter, like also in the prequels,
sure.
which again, same influence. You're looking at a guy who grew up on 50 sci-fi stuff. And
Who's
George
General
Lucas.
Grievous? I'm joking.
You. Right.
You need to choke him.
Let's go ahead.
fragile.
Let's go ahead and have our little review. So Sam and Laith and Alberto, you're in the review right now. If you were going to pick one,
Okay.
what would you put forward?
A and G for me.
You would pick G.
A and G.
Oh, A and G.
A.
I like G.
So there's
G's big.
there's G. You see some clear links to the Merlin and
I'll
Archimedes
pick
there.
D.
Then A. Oh, the more I look at A, the more I just like it.
Yeah.
I like the top silhouette of A a lot.
I'll pick A and D.
You pick A and D.
A and D.
Okay. How about you, Leigh?
Or NDA.
You can talk now.
I mean, I think he should start again, personally.
God,
I like G.
Jesus.
I like G a lot.
You like-
I really
you
like
like
its,
G?
its thinner silhouette.
Chat has been voting. Chat has been voting since we started this here, and lots of opinions as there usually are. But if I had to pick some unscientific, anecdotal tabulation here, I think A is sort of taken away. Let me find a really good
That one's just the glacier.
shot of A. So that's A from behind. Let me see if I can find another another
A's
better
just
ortho
got
of
that
A
small fighter look to it. Ooh.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Ooh. That was a really nice pause there when he
of A here. Ooh.
This isn't just random squirting. Oh no.
Let me zoom out.
Yeah, it looks amazing. You did that?
Well, I paid someone a $5 and then I pretended like I did it.
Oh shit.
See, you're doing a lot of butt first stuff here. There we go. I'm trying to get the shot from the front. Here we go.
That butt first stuff,
Let's see if we
dude.
can zoom in on that. Whoop.
I think if you go to the next one, it's like a
the next one?
bigger view, yeah.
What I want to know is what ships, I mean,
I'm having
obviously
trouble.
what everyone wants to know is what ships can this fit in? What is it? It's probably going to be made to be the size of like the Pisces, right? So you put it in a Carrack, put it in the back of your Corsair, drop multiple of these in your Polaris.
My controls. Here we are. We'll zoom in on that. Nope.
Zoom in. Yeah.
Yeah. I just
Wowzers.
like
Yeah.
it's so different than
Dude, I just
everything
think
else.
I think he hit the shapes of all of these actually, not just A, but all of these ships. The thing that looks the best about them is the turns, like it's not even the overall shape to me. It's the detail in the way the body curves. It's just they look really nice. They all look like they're going to be a pain to fly if you get shot your thruster shot off though, except for maybe like E and I think G.
Here we are. We'll zoom in on that. Nope.
Zoom in. Yeah.
Yeah. I just
Wowzers.
like it's so different than everything else that we have right now. That's what personally excites me about it. Is it doesn't look like anything else that we're flying. None of these do.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real honest. Any one of these would kill. Any one of these would have its fandom. Any one of these would have its supporters.
They all have that very strong classic spaceship vibe to them. I don't think we have another ship in the game that kind of hits that yet.
And I'm really excited about this.
Gotta say I'm really grateful, since this is my first full ship that I'm doing from
People
the
seem to
ground up.
not be about the circle in the back of A
Grateful
yet.
that, well, Ben and John have been so kind as to really let me push and explore stuff that's like a bit more crazy, a bit different from what we've done before, from the Merlin as well. And yeah, it's been very, very fun so far. So.
Well, gentlemen, that's it. You did the full hour.
Cool.
Nice.
Full hour.
So
Honestly, not bad. This was a good show, and we're gonna finish it. But this is the end of like the ship updates part, which I think I'm gonna clip out and release to y'all on Space Tomato 2. Some good look at a couple new ships coming up. I'm gonna have to factor those into the video, but man, I'm continuously impressed. Not in the same way I'm impressed by like the Planet Tech team, but I am separately impressed by the ship people at Star Citizen for the fact that they still can come up with designs that look wildly different than almost everything else, but still fit into the manufacturer they're aiming for, and is adding like a good amount of variety and just different feels to the game. It's really something to see what they come up with. Getting added to the game is obviously something completely different. Balancing it and the way the release works, how they promo it, the price, all of that is different. But just from the perspective of the art and what they do, this thing's freaking tracking again. Just from the perspective of like the art and the vibes that these ships give, from exterior to interior to sitting in the seats, the cockpit, the bathroom, the beds, I'm always impressed by it. Love it. So a little bit of a ship update there. Never realized, they could easily realize an A and D as a light and upscale to medium. That'd be cool. Just release all of them and raise the number of ships Kruger has. Just release every one of them right now. Just make it make sense. What is that? Was cool to hear the Pioneer guy worked on X4. Yeah, that is cool.
So yeah, congratulations. This you've done SCLs before. This is your first SCL.
Okay.
Yeah.
When are we coming
Hopefully
back?
not the last.
Sure, yeah.
No, if you keep bringing me new ships like this to show, we'll have your back.
There you go.
I didn't think we were going to be able to make it into the office tomorrow, to be honest.
Honestly, I had a letter of resignation ready.
Well,
Alberto was actually worried.
I was actually worried.
I will admit, as you were wrapping up your last kind of thing, I did bring up Teams just to check to see if I was being yelled at. No.
Are we?
No. I won't make the joke I always make. I get crap for making you're watching the last broadcast of Jared Huckabee joke. I won't make that
Dude,
joke.
they can't fire him. I mean, that's not to test anybody, okay? Just there's a certain point at which you gotta go all the way through to release. Like, I don't think Jaden, was it Jaden, his name at Coffee Stain? I don't think he did it, but the other guy, Nut, I think is his name. He stayed until the launch of Satisfactory, and I think you kind of you owe it to that person to be able to see that out. Really important part of the process at this point. Just watching some Law of the West gaming in your vids, and this game looks pretty cool. Welcome, Matthew. Thanks for dropping by. Law of the West is a really good person to check out. If you want a couple others, I would definitely check out The Astro Historian if you like lore, and Detox if you like some gameplay, and 10#42 if you're trying to learn about performance and stuff. There's a lot of great creators in the Star Citizen community to get some more from. But thanks for stopping by here, my friend. We're doing something every day almost.
Because you guys, obviously I have habits after 10 years, but I do sincerely check every once in a while. They're like, yeah.
It will be Alberto's last, though.
Yeah. Well, they watch it on the big screen. So it's like
On the 9th.
Oh yeah, usually I'll get messy. I'll get messy.
So if I run right now to the 9th, I can see myself. No.
You have to run very fast.
Yes. How much delay?
Yes. You run right now.
Yes.
We'll just stay here.
Yes.
And hang out so you can go see yourself. But you have to beat the Twitch delay.
And what if the cameras follow him?
You have to beat the Twitch delay. There's like a 55-second delay.
Can we leave him mic'd up so we can hear in case
Yeah. Go ahead. Start running, Sam.
I need to warm him up first.
Can we get a skateboard?
No, I didn't bring it today.
This guy sucks, man.
Sorry. I mean, it's a good day to skate.
So that's it for Star Citizen Live, the vehicle concept team. Hope you enjoyed watching, especially that one person that we made wait 30 minutes through all the personal stuff that I find interesting just to get to the good stuff.
This stream was for him in particular.
So the stream was for you, person that I made sit through 30 minutes before we got to the good stuff.
Shout out to him.
Obviously,
good way to get a shout out.
Yeah, 4.1 just went to Eva Cotti last night. So
yeah, how's that going?
I just realized that a whole bunch of them can't play Eva Cotti. So no, I'm not announcing anything to you guys. There's nothing for you guys to do except watch Reddit for leaks and stuff.
What leaks?
Water.
Nothing ever leaks.
Be sure you stay tuned to news. We have a Stella Fortuna. That's what I was trying to get at. Next week, I think our yearly Stella Fortuna promotion begins. There's a bunch of cool new stuff. Usually every year there's just a bunch of green stuff, and the green stuff is cool, like this. But we actually have some new and exciting stuff that is a little bit different this year. So stay on the lookout for that for next week's Stella Fortuna, and then we'll be back next week. With a special episode of ISC.
Oh.
That will explain why I was clean shaven for the first couple weeks of this year.
Oh.
Most of you won't care.
They're going to talk about all the social stuff. The AI, hold on, we just saw this on the monthly report. Well, it's a guess. Maybe they won't. But from what he's saying, it sounds like they're going to talk about... let's see. Where would it be? No. Yeah. So I think they're going to talk about this. I think it's going to be a narrative-focused ISC. Could be mocap. Maybe it'll be mocap. Am I having deja vu right now? What the f***?
When you find it, you're like, oh, I don't care. Tell us new stuff about this or whatever. But you know what? I like it. So, Alberto, Lath, Sam.
I don't know if they motion captured him. Maybe. I'm hoping it's for the I think it'll be for overall look at just like narrative being added into the game, because that allows them to pad out the ISC a little bit more. If it was motion capture, it could be like 5 minutes. I think they'll talk in general about getting more activity amongst NPCs into the game, because that's pretty important to the status and the performance of the game right now. And even the last time they kind of dipped into this, which was back in social behavior here.
Push that.
This was very much a pyro focused kind of, here's what we're doing that is non-violent at outposts. But I do think that we're pretty set. We really need an update to catch everybody up on where we are in terms of AI responsiveness, AI narrative, the narrative being added to cities. They've been talking a lot more about this in monthly reports. So I hope that's where they're going with ISC, but it's all,
Jacob,
we're all
thank
just
you
guessing.
so much for taking the time to be here on the show. It's always nice when I can, like I said, these shows where I get to talk and just interview you and get to learn more about your stuff are my personal favorite, because they're the kind of shows that you'd never see another game company doing and stuff. So that's always interests me. So thank you for taking the time. Thank you for supplying a look at your work.
Sure beats working.
And this is working.
Matthew,
We all have to do overtime.
I see you're asking about the game a little bit more.
Thank you for watching.
I'll give you the rundown. So this game is a very, very long and I just made the camera track me again. I need to turn this off somehow. Hold on, I think there's like a setting for this. Tracking, yeah. Don't know how to just not allow it. Okay, so this game is a super long in development project. It's the first thing to know. It has been around for a long time, but it is not finished. It's one of the biggest things that people misunderstand about this game is it being around for a long time must mean that it is a certain state. It doesn't. You gotta wipe that out of your head. It doesn't work like that. The way it works is whatever's happening in the next month or two is happening in the next month or two, and everything else should probably just be left to the psychos like me who will continuously obsess about it, even if it hurts. Because it gets exhausting trying to both play this game like it's a real fully finished game and also follow this game like it is going to look the same in 2 years as it does now. That's not to say it's always changing. It's just to say the environment that they're developing in is intense. But I'm waffling on. Let me start over. The game itself is a space MMO. We've got 500 to 600 player servers right now. You can fly from planet to space station to other planet to moon to your friend's ship, all seamlessly, no loading screens, no there are hiccups. No significant pauses in your gameplay. You generally don't lose control of your character at any moment. So it's a game that's really focused on letting you interact and do things. That being said, like I said, it's unfinished. So a lot of the interactions you want to do won't work out the way you want them to and are very limited. That being said, it's not just exploration. It's combat, exploration, mining, salvage, cargo hauling, and just in general messing around with your friends right now. Yeah, crowdfunded for the most part. So there must be tons of planets. No. Well, no. No. There are 15? 10 planets right now. They do not use full-on procedural development. So they're not pumping out planets a whole bunch all the time. It has the best space combat of any game out there at the moment, and that's even with the flaws of master modes. You know what? I don't even play enough space games to be able to comment on that. Does the scale of the planets make it look empty? Well, the planets are pretty empty. Like, the planets in this game are big, and they are incredibly detailed, and they're really cool to look at, but you're still flying to very specific places on planets to do very specific things. This isn't the kind of game where you find yourself flying randomly across a planet and stumbling on something that captures your attention for a long time. This is still the kind of game where you are going places to do things. You're not getting lost in the adventure. Sometimes you are, and you can. It's just the game's not built for that just yet. Yeah, a couple dozen moons, 10 planets, plenty of space. Honestly, the space isn't the problem. It's what they fill it with now. Might be some obscure indie game with great combat that you haven't played, but other than that. All right. So that's that. That's our Star Citizen part of today's stream. Now we're going to switch over to Elite Dangerous. And I'm going to try out we're going to try it out and see how I do. Good luck, right? I'm going to see if I can record on this computer. OBS kind of breaks this computer whenever I try to, so it probably won't work, but worth a go. Elite Dangerous Combat is way better for you. Maybe because you played it for 10 years and you're used to it. I think they do a good job with combat in ED. Huh. Okay, seems to be working so far. I don't have the Odyssey DLC. Am I going to need that to have a good time? Am I lost if I don't have Odyssey? Oh, Fola! Classic freaking blesser of the YouTube chat. Fola just dropped 10 memberships. Got us to the YouTube goal for the day. Thank you, man. I really appreciate you. There's a ton of new content with Odyssey. You do not need Odyssey to access 90% of the game. You'd personally recommend it at this point. Okay, here's the thing. If I'm just doing my first hour of getting started, am I really going to run into Odyssey stuff? Because I'll pick up Odyssey if, you know, this really feels good and we want to... It's only $15. How long does it take to download, though? What I don't want to do is just sit here downloading...
One small step.
75 gigs needed available. Is that for the game or the DLC? Startup is better without Odyssey. That's interesting. Okay, I just want to make sure this is actually going to play, so I'll go back to this. Okay, cool. Tycho, thank you for hanging out. Have a good weekend. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the fuck? Why is it showing me my freaking CD keys? Oh my god. Are you serious with this? Man, Games these days, that's so freaking sketchy. This is really dumb. This is I didn't think they were gonna dox my info like that. Okay. Wow, this still has me registered as living in Orlando, Florida. Sorry, guys. This is literally my first time starting this game up in like 8 years, so I have to go through a couple of steps. If you have Amazon Prime, you probably have Elite Dangerous for free. Really? What's up with that? Okay, now we can play. You'd advise anyone looking to get into SC to wait for a free fly. It is very much a work in progress and not for everyone. Love it, but you are not normal. None of us are. Does this invalidate the CD keys though, now that I'm starting the game up? Because we can't remove that from the stream. That's just on there. What did this do to my graphics card? Why'd I lose my... I just lost my capture card starting the game up. What? What is this game doing to my... Okay, and now it's gone. Okay, so the game's up here. All right. It's okay. I think I just have to wait until it prepares planet generation before my capture card can work. Doc.org, how you doing today? Shogi, thank you for the sub in chat, and Maverick, thanks for the bits over on Twitch. Let me try this again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's borderless, or it's full screen. I just can't change it because it's initializing its data or something right now. It's not actually letting me use the game. Why do I feel like I'm playing Star Citizen again? Okay. Still can't see the game, eh? Let me try a borderless full screen here. Oh my god, my resolution's 1280 by 720. No wonder. Change that 2560, 1440, borderless, VSync, refresh rate, high quality, apply. Let's go. Give the folks the game. There we go. Okay. Here we are, everybody. Elite Dangerous. I guess I have Horizons. I have not played this game in about 8 years. As you can see, it says I'm idle. I also need to change my name because that is not what I go by in this decade. I'm just going to jump straight in, but I think I want to try and jump into a new game. I don't know if there's much reason me starting from where I was before. Can you start a new game? You can clear your save? How do I clear it? Go to options. Ah, clear save, cool. All right. Perfect, let's get into this fresh, baby. All right. I am a male. And I only have helmets on in emergencies only. Haha, look at this. This game doesn't leave me with the responsibility of figuring out how to how to keep my helmet on. They do it for me. I appreciate that. Do I get to customize my character again? Because I just picked the most basic looking dude. Like, I don't want to be a potato.
Welcome to Morton Dock. Make yourself comfortable while we finish some preliminary ship checks.
Okay.
My name's Theo Acosta, and I'll be running your Pilots Federation evaluation. Most pilots assigned to me earn their license, so as long as you follow my instructions, you'll be a commander in no time.
Okay.
Oh, and before you ask, I may sound like an Imperial, but I'm actually from an independent system.
I don't believe it. It sounds like he's imperialistic.
Control, combat, and frameshift drive use. This Sidewinder has been installed with a specialized computer that'll take control at certain points. Mostly you'll follow a series of objectives to guide your actions. These are shown in the info panel at the top right of the head-up display. Okay, you're good to go. Select auto launch from the options ahead of you when you're ready.
So, the thing I've always loved about this game series has been the sound design. Music also hits hard, but everything in this game has always felt so connected. Just because it feels like there's actual things going on, because everything's got a sound. Jesus, though, I forgot how this works. How do I use selection mode? You don't remember this start? Is this different? Okay. Wonderful.
The beauty of auto launch is that you can relax and enjoy the view. One of the ways that technology allows us to appreciate the good things in life. Other applicants are departing for their own evaluations, but this isn't a race. Each of the coming stages can be completed at your own pace.
I used to play this with a gamepad, so it'll be interesting to learn on mouse and keyboard. Oh, that's pretty. That's a good way to start us off.
Remarkable, isn't it? For so long, humanity gazed up at the stars in wonder. We're not distracted by one of Earth's many wars. And now, we glide between them without a second thought.
Oh, I think about it 2 or 3 times.
Here we are. Your first task is to demonstrate basic ship movements. A ship's trajectory is primarily controlled by pitch, yaw, and roll. Perform each of these now.
Yeah, I never really liked the way that this flight model worked.
Good. Now increase your throttle to accelerate forwards.
I don't understand why the mouse isn't yaw. Why is the mouse roll? Why is A and D not roll? I'm gonna change that right now. It throws me off. That kills me. Controls. Yaw. This is my yaw axis. How do I... It's not an option. It's an option, not a keybind. Okay. Wait. Mouse and keyboard yaw. Okay. Keyboard and mouse yaw. Cool. I appreciate that. Thanks, Elite Dangerous. Wait. No. That's... Did I pick the wrong one? That. Apply. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. Okay.
Decrease the throttle to resume a stationary position. Your throttle can also be pulled back from 0 to engage reverse thrust. As before, push the throttle in the opposite direction to cease moving.
Love that
Input
sound.
confirmed. Looks like you've got the hang of individual controls. Let's see if you can put them all together. Your next task is to guide your ship through a series of checkpoints. Head towards the course, following the target indicator.
We're racing, boys.
The course weaves through an orbital structure and is designed for the novice pilot. Fly through the center of the first checkpoint. You'll notice that they change color as you fly through them.
I play SC with mouse and keyboard.
And we're off. There's no time limit, so maintain a comfortable speed while you familiarize yourself with the controls.
The flight model in this game is a little strange to me. I've always appreciated how they've stuck to their guns with the whole...
Rolling and pitching together is the most efficient way of turning rapidly.
With that. The idea that you can't really yaw. And like you have to be in a certain speed for a certain combat. I like that. They've really stuck to what they feel makes the game work as the game, as compared to Star Citizen's flight model, which constantly is changing. Elite Dangerous is a nice level of stability in that regard. That being said, I do not like flying in Elite Dangerous as much as I enjoyed in Star Citizen.
Of your approach. See the blue marker beside the throttle gauge. This indicates the optimum turning speed.
And this was always a cool feature, that once you were in this range, you could turn better. That's nice. How do you turn the flight assist off?
Your approach approaching a particularly sharp turn, so I advise slowing down to prevent any mishaps.
Don't tell me what to do. You're not my dad.
Your ship's boost function greatly increases your speed, but use it wisely. That's the last checkpoint. The Sidewinder is an agile craft, and you handled it well. A new icon has appeared on the sensor display in the center of your dashboard. This represents a nearby beacon, which you'll soon scan as part of your evaluation. Target the beacon before we continue. You're going to use your ship's data link scanner to analyze the beacon.
Oh, I love being able to scan things.
First.
See, and this is what I thought master modes would be.
Most external modules
Guns on, guns
install
off.
hardpoints, including weapons. Control is back with you. The beacon is relatively small, so you'll need to position yourself close to it. Watch your speed here. We intend to scan the object, not become one with it.
Aw, he doesn't know my flight style. I just realized I was missing all of my restream. Twitch, y'all still... Yeah, Twitch is good.
You can scan the beacon now.
Toes. Gumbo, thank you for subbing up. 36 months, man. You just died in 4.1 and you were charged a 5% death tax to respawn. Excuse me?
Well done. The data link scanner is a versatile tool that connects with network interfaces and various data points. You need to move to another area of this star system to continue your assessment, pilot. Rather than travel for the next year using your thrusters, you can employ the ship's frameshift drive to increase your speed by a few orders of magnitude. First, ensure that the ship is correctly secured. Your landing gear, cargo scope, and hardpoints must all be retracted.
Okay, so here's what I don't like about this flight model. If I want to strafe in a circle around something, I can't just press and hold forward and to the side because it's a sticky throttle. Is that something that you can change? Can you remove the sticky throttle? I guess it wouldn't work to remove the sticky throttle because then you wouldn't be able to just keep it at the speed you want. Alright, well, let's make the jump. Let's get out of
When
here.
you're ready, throttle up and engage Super Cruise.
Frameshift drive charging.
Very doable on HOTAS. Okay.
2, 1, engage.
That's turning flight assist off. Okay.
All readouts look good. You're now accelerating towards a velocity comparative to the speed of light, measured in C. Supercruise is used to navigate within a star system, allowing you to cover significant distances in minutes. Usually you'll retain control in Supercruise, but on this occasion your ship's computer is following a preset path. This is a good time to familiarize yourself with a couple of the cockpit panels available to you. In the top left of your HUD is the comms panel, which displays pilot communications and contacts across several channels. The top right is your info panel. Entries here mostly relate to your ship's status, computer messages, and events happening around you. Ah, there we go. Welcome to Lightspeed.
I forgot how much I liked this game. Just feels so concise, you know? Like I'm just able to like scroll through my freaking settings and see my stats and my spaceship's doing spaceship things and everyone, you just gotta, good job, Elite.
Watch the distance and speed markers on the dashboard. These are used to help you accurately disengage at your
Shit,
destination.
I forgot about this.
Your next lesson will introduce the basics of combat. Several static and mobile targets will be provided around a decommissioned megaship. We'll also cover some situational information about weaponry and target tracking. And yes, you'll get to shoot those weapons you saw earlier. Astronomical bodies have a gravitational effect on the FSD, reducing your ship's speed. The closer the body, the greater the effect.
Whoa! There's a space
Spaceship
station.
dive is disengaged. Welcome to the combat zone. Before you start shooting, however, try analyzing the megaship with a data link scanner.
Data linking. Here, bro. Eeboo bop. Just
Well done.
data link
It's
the
often
f
worth
out of
scanning
that.
objects you're unfamiliar with to learn more about them. Next, you need to activate your weapons by cycling to a different fire group. You'll notice that your weapons are now listed on your HUD. Fire groups allow you to manage your hardpoints efficiently.
Why are my guns twirling around in a dance?
Destroy several of the canisters.
Okay.
Thrusters are particularly useful for navigating around large structures. Why not give them a try? Your cannon will automatically reload until the ammunition supply runs out. Meanwhile, your laser will fire until the capacitor is depleted, at which point it will need to recharge. Quota achieved. Let's dial up the challenge a notch, shall we?
No. I hate challenges.
Craft has arrived nearby. These drones are used by the Pilots Federation as target practice, and they're quite harmless. To continue, bring the craft into your sights and open fire.
Target destroyed.
Nice. I was gonna crash into him anyways.
Nice work. You may have noticed that multi-cannons are effective against unshielded targets. Another craft has arrived. This one is fitted with a shield generator. Helpfully, your burst laser is a thermal weapon, which excels at stripping away a target's shields.
Destroy the shielded drone. Which one is my multi, what did he say? Multi-shot special fancy gun? Oh, I don't have head tracking in this. That's throwing me off.
Target shields offline.
I bet they are. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh, nice. Took him out the old-fashioned way.
Consider me impressed.
I bet.
Your final target has dropped into the area. This time your opponent will fight back, but its damage capability has been greatly reduced. Your target will not react until it registers shield damage. Engage when ready.
Found ya.
Target destroyed.
That was the last target. Even if you're planning on a peaceful career, understanding the basics of combat is vital for a pilot's long-term
Yeah,
survival.
peaceful if you don't get in my
For
way.
advanced combat information, you should refer to the pilot's handbook, which we'll cover in more detail soon. The next step of your evaluation involves a hyperspace jump to a neighboring star system. On this occasion, your ship's computer has selected your destination for you. We'll cover selecting destinations manually soon. The mass lock indicator on the bottom right of the dashboard is active. This means a large object is in close proximity, preventing you from engaging the FSD. To resolve this, throttle up to move a safe distance away from the megaship. Remember, you can boost to temporarily increase your ship's speed. The mass lock indicator has gone out. When you are ready to travel light years in seconds, engage the FSD.
Cannot comply. Cannot comply.
Do it.
Cannot comply.
Comply.
Cannot comply.
You. Okay. Well. If you don't like me hard points.
You'll need to retract your hard points
Is
before
that
entering
you?
hyperspace.
There we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Comply. Hey, motherfig. Doing some elite, yeah? Love me some witch space. Oh, I'm gonna love core mining. I know it. I'm excited for mining in this game. Whee! Yeah, dude. This has always been one of my favorite parts of Elite. Jumping into a new system.
Technology has made the task of leaping between star systems appear trivial. Never let this simplicity distract from the marvel humanity has achieved. Your next stop is Quello Station. This time we'll employ the Supercruise Assist module to guide your approach. Open the external interface panel to your left and select the Navigation tab. Highlight the starport in the location list and then select Supercruise Assist. It's the second option. With the destination selected, throttle up and aim towards your target. The compass to the left of the sensor display will help you orient yourself.
I'm enjoying this.
Good. Your ship is now bound for Quello Station.
We have to find a new system so we can name it in the garden. Orb World.
Let's take a moment to review the interface panels either side of your chair. The external panel is primarily used to interact with the galaxy around you. For example, you can access maps, display contracts, and review nearby objects. Meanwhile, the internal panel displays information about you and your ship. You can adjust module functions, check your records, and access the codex, among other things.
We're coming in. What made you want to play some Elite? I've been wanting to play Elite for a good long while and haven't gotten into it. And just looking for more space games to try and throw some time into. And this is one I haven't picked up in almost a decade.
The handbook also offers advice on various ship functions that aren't covered in this evaluation. You can find the pilot's handbook in the codex, accessible on the home screen via the internal interface panel. The trails moving around you are FSD wakes. Your ship is also emitting one. The position of each correlates with their respective sensor display icons. In a moment, we'll be going through the docking process. This will cover docking permissions and a standard landing pad approach.
Barrel roll. It always works on approach. Yeah, sound design in this game is just top dollar.
Frameshift drive charging. 3, 2, 1. Engage. 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 3,
Whee! Hate that noise.
Welcome to Quillow Station. This is the final stretch.
Why does it sound like somebody's blowing up a hot air balloon outside my house when I get out of frame shift?
Starports are the backbone of humanity's operations throughout inhabited space. They provide mission boards, the commodities market, a number of specialized contacts, and various ship facilities. Good. Ease off the throttle and hold position here. Oh, and try not to block the access corridor. Don't enter the starport just yet, pilot.
I'm not.
Approaching without obtaining permission first can be dangerous.
Relax.
We'll be using the docking computer for this landing. You can always dock manually in future, of course, but practice in a training simulation first. Whichever method you use, all ships must seek docking permission before approaching a landing pad. To request docking permission, open your external interface panel and select the Contacts tab. Then select Quillow Station in the list, followed by Request Docking in the information panel.
Docking permission authorized.
Can I land an elite after years in SC? Probably not, dude.
Assigned landing pad 3. The compass will point towards your designated
Oh,
pad.
it's auto landing. I don't even need to know how to
Ships need
fly.
be within 7.5 kilometers of a starport for a docking request to be considered.
Fitting music, though. Mrs. Tomato brought me some tea. She's the best.
The docking computer will now demonstrate a safe landing procedure. Let's review what it's doing.
Get to have some Earl Grey while I dock my ship.
Landing gear must be deployed. The related dashboard indicator lights up if this has been done.
Landing gear deployed.
In a moment, the sensor display will switch to the precision approach display, which helps you accurately set belly down on the landing pad.
Belly down. Or as Jared likes to say, that backside stuff.
Docking procedure complete. Engaging pad restraints. Let's get your ship ready.
Congratulations, Commander. Your evaluation has been successful, and a license is being assigned to you as I speak. We
Thanks,
just need
I
to
landed.
finalize your credentials. Enter the hangar to exit this evaluation. It's time to blaze your own trail across the galaxy. The manner in which you do so is up to you.
I love the landing UI in Elite Dangerous. Okay. We got our start. We got multiple packages to choose from. We've got a lot. We got combat, exploration, mining, standard, transpo, trading, multi-role. I think I'm going to start with the mining. Usually I do exploration type stuff, but I'm interested in getting deep into mining in this game now. Yeah, I'm not on Odyssey though. No, not for this one. Maybe next time. All right, so there's a pre-built ship. I'm not sure. This is like... So if I buy it pre-built, this is real money? Yeah, this is real money. Okay, so this is the part, this is the thing that people were like, that they kind of changed recently. So will I still get this the same ship? Wait, so I can't actually get the ship. I see. Okay, so none of these are actually choices. They're just showing me that they're there. You can just buy these with real money. Okay. Huh. Very Star Citizen. So we got a choice between Sidewinder and both Sidewinders. All-Rounder or Planetary Ops. Dude, this thing looks ugly. Oh my god. Alright. Kind of just a lump. Ship ID plate. Lumpy. System only recommended as a starting location. A permit controlled area administered by pilots of the Federation. Sounds good. God, I look weird. Little Lex Luthor looking dude. You can earn ARC's currency in game. Cool. Obviously not before I had played, I would assume. Whoops. No, it's not what I need. Actually, let me see what kind of contract we have. What can we grab from here? We got transportation options. I prefer that, to be honest, to combat. So, I'm not going to shoot for anything in particular right now. I kind of just want to get the blind new player experience here in this video, and then likely the next one. My main focus just is getting acquainted, running a couple missions, doing some moving around, understand the game systems like I did back when I used to play, so that when we jump in next time, we can get a little bit more into the crunchy bits of this. So we got a mining mission here, actually, which is what I wanted to do. Yeah, some resource gathering missions, salvage operations, courier job. Just looking at the pricing that we would get, mining is actually looking like it'll pay us fairly well. So how about we head out and do that? But I think I need a mining laser component first. So let's see if I can even afford that. Y'all are into the data running, eh? Utility mounts. Okay, we've got nothing up here so far. Okay, so that's actually the utility mount's not what I'm looking for. Lasers. No mining yet? Okay, fine. I'll carry some stuff. You won't tell me what to do, except for when I have a ship that can't do certain things. How much can I carry, though? Sorry, I'm kind of flying through right now. Just clicking and clicking and clickety-clicking. Cargo internal. Okay, so I have a 4 cargo rack that can carry 4. Is there anything else? Fuel tank, frame shift. No, so I could use another cargo rack and maybe that would get me a little bit more. I only have enough to buy one. Okay, so are there any cargo missions with 6 units? Or do they all have 4? Let's see. Data storage salvage operation. We need to find the missing data storage. The cargo is unique. Cannot be replaced if lost. Search signal. Take the items to the station. You'll receive payment. Threat level 0, 25,000 credits. Get back. And does it say how much I need to carry? Yep. 4 cargo to carry. Okay. I guess we could just take these. Quick storage. They seem to pay okay compared to the other stuff. Courier jobs paying about the same amount. There's a 30k courier job. Let's take this. Mission accepted. I bet everybody in the space station's like, oh, Space Tomato took a mission here. Data doesn't count as storage. Ooh. Oops. This is the part where I go back to the screen from before and get those 2 extra spots. A lot of going back and forth. I'm sure the space station appreciates how efficient I am. There we go. Okay, now how do I get my cargo? Collect the dang items.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
There we go. All right, let's go make a delivery. No rebuy? Guys, you know I'm not going to subscribe to that. We're going full risk. Oops.
Landing gear retracted.
Landing coupler disengaged. Departure authorized.
Alright, where is my... Do I have like a mission screen somewhere? There we go, missions. Pick up at Metet, drop off at Aldridge, okay. The frick is Aldridge? Okay. Let us double check where the heck is Aldrich, because that's where I need to be going. Agricultural installation. It's a different system. There we go. So this is where I need to go. Yes, it is. Plot route. Oh, shoot. Do I have enough fuel for that? Oh, I just got a fine for shooting my gun on accident. Gonna need a fuel scoop. Oh, that freaking intense flying around freaking suns, stars, as they try to whip me with their delicious flames.
Cannot comply.
Ah, dang it.
Frameshift drive charging.
I can get a more direct route.
4, 3.
Oh, I guess it's too late now. There's an option in the galaxy map to switch between shortest to optimized. I see. Don't kill me, son. Thank you. Alright, looks like we got plenty of signal sources here if we wanted to do any exploring to find stuff. Otherwise, we're on to the next system.
Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ah, I forgot about interdictions. He's carrying tea. You never know. Some people love their tea. It's a lot of tea, too.
Objective detected.
Whoa.
Incoming mission critical message.
Dang, I could be scooping so good right now. Too bad I'm not a scooper boy. Alright, so I'm guessing that's my destination.
Warning. Temperature critical.
Oh, we're fine. I am indeed on a mission. Give me the... Press 1 to see your location and mark it. Okay. Wait. That's what I was doing. What I'm trying to figure out is what means... Okay, I need to get out of freaking Super Cruise first. Maybe like slow down. Fuel is okay. I'm doing okay on fuel. Okay. Aldrich Station. Okay. Aldrich Station. Yeah, I don't see a... maybe I'm not in the right system. There we are. Mission identified, signal source. Okay. Whatever this is, I'm gonna go there. Trying not to hit the... Crap, I'm gonna overshoot it. Oh, I forgot I do this. Break me out. Break me out. Break me out. Ah! Does it not do that anymore? I thought when you get close to a planet, it just throws you out of this. Oops. Dang it. I'm really, like, the key bindings are killing me right now. Oh, it's on the other side. I thought it was going to drop me out of this around the planet so then I could recalibrate and go that direction. Oh god, this is going to take forever. Man, this is just memories. Back when I used to play Elite Dangerous, I was awful at approaching from Super Cruise. I feel like it used to be harder though. So I used to blow by these locations. Now I just kind of wrapped around the planet a little bit. Last time I played, 7 years ago at least. You still are. Well, that was my very first time doing it in 8 years, so I will have to relearn a little bit. Get me there then, let's go. Mission degraded. Dude, I thought it was so much closer to the planet. Holy crap. We are way out here.
Mission objective detected.
All right. We out here. Looks like we got some wreckage. Some spinning wreckage. Some wreckage. Canister of hydrogen fuel. Is that it? Just a canister of hydrogen fuel out here? Is this all there is out here? I'm not trying to shoot it. I was just trying to scan it. Put that away. Yeah, I wasn't planning on getting freaking hydrogen. I thought that I was just getting data. Whoops. Well, that's not the button I meant to press. Encrypted data storage salvage operation. What is... Find the missing encrypted data. Search signal sources and take them back. I thought this was for the encrypted data. What the heck is this mission marker for? Oh. Aha. Oh no! Sorry, whoever wanted that data. She literally was like, you just blew it up. It's gone. Oh god, that was funny. Okay, mission 1 complete. Let's move on to the next. Where is that space station I gotta go to? Oh, man. 6 out of 6 on cargo? I thought that the data salvage stuff didn't take up cargo, or those different missions. Finding a data canister and collecting it, I see. Okay, so our mission's here.
Frameshift drive charging.
Courier missions are data running missions? Okay. Let's go drop off our tea then to the good British folk of this Turkish folk of this space station. And there is our station. That's what we've been looking for. And we're off. No fuel scoop yet. We haven't even reached another space station. Shoot. Drop it like it's hot, bruh. Drop it like it's hot! I was not paying attention. At least I didn't screw it up as bad as last time. Honestly, this approach is more pretty anyways. I think it's a win-win. How's Edie treating me? It's pretty good. It's like a nice little blast from the past. It's nice to be back in this game, to be honest. I forgot how immersive it was. This is the kind of game I really don't have to have any music playing while I'm playing it. Haven't played in 5 years, huh?
Sierra Alpha Alpha, please check your speed on approach to this facility.
Ooh.
Access granted. Clear to land at Docking Bay 27.
Thank you for the docker request, Aldrich. Got some bergamot tea for you. Let's see. Oh, there we are. I forgot landing gear.
You are approved for automated docking.
Landing gear deployed.
Beep boop. Got some stuff for y'all.
Confirmed contact, ground crew dispatched. It's good to have you with us, Commander.
Delivery. Woohoo! Got some influence, a little bit of reputation, put some miles on our belt, some hair on our balls. And, well, I didn't make any money. Why didn't I make any money? What the? Did I not actually turn it in? What is the meaning of this? Why does it say completed? Oh, I have to ask for my money? I have to do the work for them and then go, can I have my money, please? Now I got my influence. That was a little bit more exciting than before. That makes sense. Cool. Well, now that we've got that and we are in this station, I'm thinking we should probably do ourselves a little bit of goodness for our spaceship. Oh, I can't do any outstanding fines. Screw off, mate. How do I pay this stupid fine? How do I pay my fine? Am I blocked from doing things until I go find somebody who can... Where's I don't know where contacts is. Starport services. Contacts. Oh. Legal. You? You can pay off your fine here. Okay. 100 freaking credits. You. Now I would like to get us a fuel scoop. There we go. Okay, got our fuel scoop. And, oops. Got our fuel. All right. So we're good. We're set up. We completed our first mission. We got paid a little bit. Not too bad. Ultimately, I wanted to just get the chance to have a little hands-on, a little go about in the game, a chance to just give it a try. That's it for today, but I will be getting back into Elite Dangerous again sometime soon, so keep an eye out for more of this gameplay. And hopefully we can make a little bit of career of this. And if you guys want to jump in the garden, we can start to meet up. We can get into some colonization all together. Like, we've got a channel on the Discord, so if you're into this game and you want to come chat with folks, or maybe just get in and play multiplayer in this, you can come join us. Either way, hope you enjoyed some Elite Dangerous today. And that also... that also is going to be my stream for the day, because I've got some work to do. I'm going to do some video stuff for you guys, get that new ships video out tomorrow, and another one about 4.1 should be coming out later today. Little preview of what we know of 4.1 on Space Tomato 2. If y'all want to get into the giveaway we're doing, remember Super Hornet Mark II is still up for giveaway, and it's going to be going out sometime in the next week or two here. So if you've got points from just sticking around and listening to the stream, you can put those towards extra entries there. Besides that, though, appreciate everybody who is here today. I hope you had some fun. I will go ahead and send you back on over to Star Citizen. Now, keeping things fresh. Alright, sending you over to Aldo Brink. Looks like he's doing some contested zone stuff, so a good change of pace for y'all. Get into that action. Enjoy what there is to offer out there. It's always great content coming from Star Citizen creators. You know that. Don't deny it. It's always everything. Always. All the time. 100%. Go have some fun. Enjoy yourselves. Eat something yummy today, folks. And hug somebody yummy. It was only a matter of time before I messed that up. Eat something you love, hug somebody you love, do something that you love, and just in general treat yourselves well, because you're good people, you're good company, and you deserve yourselves a good weekend. I'll see you tomorrow. Probably be on for some org gameplay in Star Citizen. Hope you're looking forward to it. Hope you're looking forward to your weekend. One last time, you're champs. Treat yourselves like it. I will see you all back next time. Bye-bye.